पेशेंस है, परसिवरेंस है, कैपेबिलिटीज नहीं है तो डेवलप करने की तैयारी है, देन स्केल अप. Actually, when we started the Lux earlier projects, my literally sales team cried. Every flat is different than the another flat, and I will tell you, every room will have different quality than the another room in the same flat. When I was in MBA, I used to say I will be CEO at 32. I couldn't become at 32, but at 36 I became. Everybody wants to grow. Leave aside the promoter, founder. सब एम्प्लॉय को लगता है मुझे बहुत सैलरी मिलनी चाहिए. सब एम्प्लॉय को लगता है मैं VP बनना चाहिए, CEO बनना चाहिए. आपकी तैयारी है उतनी मेहनत करने की, आपकी तैयारी है उतना चैलेंजेस हैंडल करने की. ऐसा ना हो मुंगेरी लाल कैसे सपने.
What's next for VTP Realty? What's the future like?
We delivered around 1.10 crore square feet in 3 years, and this year we are looking for.
After scaling so much, any plans on going public? Welcome to today's episode of Real Estate Journeys. Our today's guest is Mr. Sachin Bhandari, CEO and Executive Director of VTP Realty. Over the past decade, under his leadership, the company has grown from 90 crores into a 4,000 plus crore real estate powerhouse. Backed by the 40-year-old legacy of VTP Group, the company has delivered over 1.25 crore square feet and has over 3 crore square feet under development, having served more than 21,000 happy families. His leadership not only positioned VTP Realty as a dominant force in Pune, but has elevated it to be one of the top developers in India. Join us as we explore the journey of Mr. Sachin Bhandari. Hi Sachin sir, how are you?
Excellent. How are you, Ashwin?
So glad to have you on my podcast. I've been really excited about this one.
Thank you, Ashwin. I know that I have given this time after a long time. Really sorry, but finally we couldn't make it. Very happy for that.
So the objective of today's podcast is for those professionals and businesses out there so that they can understand and extract practical learnings from your journey and from VTP Realty about how they can grow themselves, how companies scale, and how decision making evolves as companies scale. Before we start, we'll start from you first. So to understand your journey better, we'll start from the childhood. So where were you born and brought up?
I was born and brought up 1,000 kilometers away from Pune in Maharashtra. You must have heard the place called Anandwan. Abba Amte did some great work. I come from that place, a taluka place called Varora. It's ahead of Nagpur. I did my education till 12th from there. But for engineering, I came to Pune when I got admission in COP. I think since that time, I have been either in Pune or Mumbai most of the time. I did my engineering from COP and then MBA from SIBM. And it was very clear that I wanted to do some great work at a senior position. And what was better than the engineering and the MBA background coupled and the specialization in sales marketing and the finance. So that was my specialization. And then I started job in Cummins India Limited.
Okay.
So I was doing sales and marketing of diesel engines.
About?
Diesel engines.
Oh.
So we used to sell diesel engines to companies like Tata Construction Equipment, L&T, and all those construction equipments which we are looking for the diesel engines. That was basically B2B, sales marketing. That's what I did for 3 years. And then I did a very different change. I shifted to ICICI Bank.
Why?
And in funding, I believe that you are a professional. You are supposed to have a particular level of intelligence, particular level of wisdom, and particular level of, you can say, attitude. Then product and the industry doesn't matter. What matters is the capability as a person. Okay, how can you play in different areas, different functions? So while I did well in my first job, and then I shifted to ICICI Bank, pole apart. That was B2B, this was B2C. I think first 15, 20 days or 1 month was a shocker because complete change in the way you function. Corporate sales is a bit slow, but way high in value. B2C was like, it's a triple X. Okay, you keep moving very fast and any small delay in decision making, you can lose a business. And competition is also very strong there. So, different learning, but yeah, that shaped up. I think, so first B2B and then B2C, both shaped up, you can say, my understandings and the way I started looking at businesses. And I adapted. I think one of my strengths is I quickly adapt. Okay, and I adapted very fast and I got to the number one position there also, very, very soon. And people were surprised though. But once you understand the nuances, the basics of that particular business, and you align, I think it's just that you need to then keep on doing that well, better than anybody else. I did that well. I shifted again on promotion to Nagpur. I was handling 23 districts in Maharashtra. Ahmednagar onwards, entire Maharashtra. Based in Nagpur, you should travel 20 days a month. Later on, next I was shifted to Mumbai. I was handling the biggest region in the country. Mumbai is one of the toughest market, and obviously it was the biggest market in the country.
And the financial capital.
Okay, so practically you can say that it's God's blessing, you can say, or the whole situation, it all worked out in my favor. Pune was a very different market. Then working in Nagpur, Nashik, Jalgaon, and Ahmednagar, Aurangabad kind of market was a completely different experience. So what was working in Pune was not the case there. Okay, and what worked there was not the case what worked in Mumbai. So Mumbai was again altogether different. So yes, I was always getting different experiences. I had no option but to adapt and quickly learn and do better than anybody else. Yeah, fortunately I could do that. So again,
and I'm sure all of this exposure surely helped you ahead.
Believe me, when I look back, I think that these were all my building blocks. Okay, and that shaped up me what I am today and what I could do in the different industry now. Okay, but that's what has shaped up. And then Lehman Brothers happened, a very difficult time. I was shifted again to a different vertical altogether in my previous organization. That was more about real estate advisory, residential real estate sales, commercial real estate sales, land, structured funding to developers. So everything. On one side, I got exposure about the customers, different macro markets, how it works, or what works and what doesn't work. Later on, dealing with the developers, more so advising and everything again. So practically, I was fortunate to get an experience from end customer to the developer and understanding their problems on both the sides. So when I look back, yes, seriously, I'm fortunate that I got all this exposure. I was handling multiple departments together. That rarely happens. But I had multiple bosses. Again, that rarely happened in a professional big setup. But I was one of them. And perhaps I was getting prepared for this new role that I was supposed to do. Okay, and then after working for so long in the financial industry for 11.5 years or 12 years, one fine day, and
you decided that now you're going to shift to VTP Realty.
Yeah, it's like we were discussing. Well, many of the developers should always discuss, but never thought of shifting to real estate anytime. In fact, 2009, I got a call from one of the big developers of this country, and I said, "Quick, no." Okay, I still remember, and when I look back, that was a good decision, though. Okay, and that was for the position of, I think, VP sales in their commercial business in Mumbai. Though they offered a great salary, I controlled my emotions and I said no. I wanted to be in only financial, and I was doing very well anyways, But maybe that I was supposed to do a different role, a more wider role. My knowledge had to grow further, and I worked till 2015 in my previous organization. And then one fine day we were discussing with the promoters, and then they said, let's do some good work together. This industry needs, something to be done, which is not done by anybody else. So let's join hands and let's do something good. So that was sudden, that was unplanned, and that just happened. Okay, and yes, I got into real estate, where I said no in 2009. So I never knew that I will be in real estate, very frankly.
Oh,
okay.
So before you became CEO, like you mentioned, you worked in banks. In fact, you investment banking, you did funding for other developers as well.
Yes.
So while you were analyzing their books or everything about them, their feasibility studies, what was the differentiating factor? Ki this company will scale and this will stay stagnant. What was the main reason that you saw?
There are many parameters. Okay. First of all, I will tell you, financial looks at the attitude of the promoter first. That's very, very important. Books come much later.
Attitude meaning like vision or what?
Exactly. What is their understanding of this business? What is their vision? and how do they want to conduct this business. Books are a byproduct of all these things.
Very true.
Okay, your books could be good because of some different reasons. Market is fantastic, everything works in your favor, so books can become good. But a great leader or a great promoter at a senior management level who is having the right vision, right thought process, and right attitude towards the business can even turn the bad books into good books. So the thing that we used to observe is the person first. Later books is to come. So most of the time finances take a call on that. Books are later. Many times financer, okay, books may not be great, but if the promoters, the senior leadership is awesome in terms of their vision and the way they want to execute and lead their future business ahead, finance are ready to wait, because it takes some time to convert a bad book into a good book, but they are ready to wait. Okay, but they always believe the person first. If they don't believe the person, okay, even if your books are good, they may not go ahead. Okay, so person comes first, so that's why the leadership matters more. Books are the byproduct. In books, again I will tell you, whether you are into low-end business, affordable business, whether you are into mid-income business or a high-end segment, how consistent your strategies are. Okay, how you played in the last few years. How grounded you are or not grounded you are. Those things also matter a lot. How dynamic you are. Have you changed the gears looking at the market or not? Okay, again those things matter. Have you handled any adverse time in a very good way? Because in business we'll always go through a good time and a bad time.
True.
Okay, so as a leader, how good are you at? Those things matter.
And as a banker, all bankers evaluate all of this before financing real estate companies.
Exactly. So that's why in finance there is a concept called PDs, personal discussion. That matters most. So any financer, even before taking even books ahead or analysis ahead, they will meet you first, try to understand you first. Once they think, yes, this seems to be good on the face value, now let me get into books. Okay, and after getting into books, obviously they should be good, no doubt about it, fundamental. If everything is not good and the leader is good, the promoter is good, they can deviate, and they will deviate. Okay, because nobody will like to leave a good group or a good promoter. Every financer wants a good group, to fund. So all these things matter. It's not just that books. Okay, so first is the person as a leader, and second is books. And obviously now you as a leader are good, but then you can't end up with doing anything or being casual about the books. So let's come to books now.
It has to be a balance of both.
Absolutely. So books are something like they are like a mirror again. So suppose there are some people who are very good in talking. They will impress the financer in the first 1-2 meetings. However, what he's speaking and what is seen in the books, if it is not matching, then financer, there is some problem. So it has to match. And he will have cross questions then. If you say that you conduct your business in this particular way, if you are so uncompromising or disciplined, why these books are having so-called not so good entries, then surely will be asked. If the promoter will have a right answer, a logical answer, promoter might go ahead. But that is where the financer will always question, double question, will look at the promoter with skeptical eyes. Okay, and once everything matches, then they will go for it. Now again it comes, there is a mismatch, and that is the financer, okay, completely logical answer, they'll move ahead without any fear. Bit dicey, they might go ahead, loan amount might be reduced, interest cost might be increased.
All of this can be impacted just
exactly from looking at the books. Your books are the mirror. Okay, how you take a decision, how you conduct your business. Okay, so everything has to match.
And from what I understood, I think honesty and integrity with your banker, being upfront about what is the real situation, is also very important.
I may or may not agree with this. Okay. Well, honesty and integrity is always important. However, it's said that, well, financier will understand if something is wrong. There is always a better way of presentation. So one should be good in presentation, no doubt about it. Because in life, nothing is going to be perfect. Now, if you focus on the thing which is not perfect, then you are going to be landed with problems. But if you focus on what is good and how we are going to improve what is not so perfect, that is a better approach. Okay, but if you only put a magnifying lens on what is not perfect yourself, then that financier will not leave you so easily. So it's the way you present things. Lot many people have great skills, you can say. They have got problems, but they present it so well that even the person ahead of them will be mesmerized. Okay, and they will say, okay, fair enough, I will ignore these problems. I will still fund you. Okay, so it's the skill again, that matters. So honesty, integrity is something that financier will always look for, but one should not unnecessarily go behind the wrong things, rather than focus on how are you working to improve those, and is there any visible sign of improving those, is all the more important.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
So you should focus more on improving and talking about what challenges are there.
Yes.
And how are you going to answer to them, or what
Exactly.
solutions you have. You should have those answers.
What
ready.
kind of actions you are taking,
Actions.
okay, to correct those things which are not great. That's very important. And if they are convinced, they will cross check again.
Okay.
The financiers are going to cross check. They are not going to believe you at the face value. They will cross check things again, and if they find some merit in this, okay, fair enough, good it is. Because no business is perfect. Every time is not same. So you will have something to improve always. So they only look for the thing that, okay, you are honest enough and really working on to improve those. Okay, and not just giving a dialogue. That is something important.
True. So you have to be a person who is jack of all trades also, as the CEO.
Yes.
So you wear many hats, and right from sales to marketing to finance to even engineering design. But real estate is a very technical subject. I understood how you got your marketing and finance from. How did you learn the other technical aspects of real estate?
Fantastic question, Ashwin. Let me tell you. I don't think whether any promoter or any CEO can be perfect at all the things. Can be perfect after some time. But if you ask at one go, very, very difficult. Everybody has to learn. But yes, you need to have base which can help you to learn those. How quick you learn will differentiate the good CEO or a bad CEO. Okay, so that's very important. So when I look at my background, I told you in your earlier question, I think I was fortunate that the whole universe was preparing me for this role. Well, I always wanted to be CEO. When I was in MBA, I used to say I will be CEO at 32. I couldn't become at 32, but at 36 I became. Okay, and
so at that age you had a vision that you want to be a CEO.
Yeah. So when I was doing MBA, I used to always say at 32 I should become CEO. This is how my career will progress. Okay, and at 36 I could become.
Were you always very career oriented and ambitious?
I was always top ranked in any institute. Okay, whether it's engineering, whether it's MBA, you have to be, you have to be serious about it. If you want something. Okay, if you want all the good things for yourself and still not ready to work hard on that, I don't think, you have to be just plain lucky then. Okay, and so I'm one of those who feel that you have to do your job so well, then luck comes as a standby. Okay, so I'm one of those. You can call me a old-fashioned in that sense, but you have to work hard on anything if you want to do good work. It can't come so easily, So when I became CEO, obviously I knew sales marketing, I knew finance. Okay, I didn't know much about accounts, but finance, yes. They are two different animals altogether. Okay, and HR bit of it because it was all about leading people, and I have led huge teams earlier. in my experience, and I had good perspectives of different industries. So I knew how to navigate tough times. I had done that. I got the exposure earlier where the businesses were zero, and I was called by seniors to fix them and scale it up. So start from zero and scale it up. So I was known as a turnaround specialist anyways in my earlier profile also. Okay, so it's not that I came here and started doing it. No, it was my previous experience as well. So many departments were brought to zero by the management, and I was asked to again build it up, and I got them to do glory also very fast. So I was used to doing it. Okay, well, I know everybody cannot do it, but I was fortunate. I got exposure and I made the best out of this. I never thought I will be in banking also, by the way. Let me tell you, whatever happened was altogether, which was never planned. Okay, only thing in my hand was wherever you are now, do your best. Okay, so fortunately I could do that. So I landed up in real estate by choice that time in 2015. Purchase, I had got the exposure because during engineering, my COEP had a system of that you have to spend 1 year in the industry on the actual job. So in the third year, first semester, I was in Godrej & Boyce in Vikhroli, Mumbai. And again, the last semester, I was in Mumbai. I was doing the procurement job there.
Oh,
Full time, like I'm employed. In fact, my first offer was from that only, Godrej, in procurement in manufacturing industry. Okay, so I had many things that I was aware. When I started as a CEO, the focus was on very different things. Focus was on what kind of company we want to build first. Okay, what is the vision that we want to have for our company? Where should we take this ahead in next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? How should we build up the sales marketing? How should we build up the finances? How should we cut down the finance cost? And obviously the manpower, the team. How should we build a team? So all those things are very important because see, in real estate, many people's contribution is required. And there are already others at the promoter level who are already good at that part of it. Okay, so I need not rush there. There are many already other priorities which I had many things to do.
you were focusing more on what is your skill set and experience.
And so I could afford to go be slow there and attack those things which matter most. Like for example, when you want to build a company, first of all, have the vision. Okay, what's the road that you want to take for this company ahead? What kind of team you have to build up? Without team, you cannot do anything. On what principles you want to build this company? So I focused more on HR, people. Okay, on that part, I focused more on finance. Okay, and then obviously sales marketing. So those were the things very important for us at that stage because without finance, nothing can happen. Without people, nothing can happen. Without business, nothing can happen. Everything is a back end otherwise, So once these things take it ahead, the back end can follow. So we had a step-by-step plan to go behind that. We could do that well, fortunately. And over a period of time, I had to spend a lot of time to learn those things which I was not good at. Okay, so procurement was always my, you can say, forte. Okay, so in fact, my first job offer was always on the procurement. Okay, so procurement was always help. But then contracts, then estimation. Okay, and our industry is so complicated.
Yeah,
it's not just about the technical thing, Ashwin. Let me tell you, real estate is so different. So while I'm a manufacturing engineer, manufacturing happens in a control setup where you put a material in and there are CNC machines programmed, a particular output comes out. Okay, a factory setup, that's how it is, very programmed, very organized. You can't have a different product coming out, or you can't have a very inferior quality coming out because the machines are same. Quality, material input quality already checked. That is not at all the case with the real estate. Okay, it is so different, it is so vast and it's so complicated that understanding it in the minimum possible time is almost difficult.
Very true.
Even if you are super intelligent or genius.
Every project has a different challenge, different feasibility.
Let me tell you,
there are so many external factors.
Leave aside the project. Every tower is a different than another tower. every flat is different than the another flat, and I will tell you every room will have different quality than the another room in the same flat.
Very true.
Okay, there is no CNC machine working out here in real estate. All labor intensive, though almost all buildings are constructed nowadays with aluminum. More than that technology I have not seen in real estate, and that's the biggest technology that we see, and which is nothing compared to the manufacturing setup. So all in all, there are too many complexities in this industry. Now again, most of the developers outsource to other subcontractors. It could be for RCC, it could be for tiling or any other work. Every contractor is different. They are all unorganized. Dealing with them, finalizing every contract with them, conditions of the contract based on the site, based on the financials of that particular project, or the rate at which or the cost at which you are supposed to award those contracts will be so different that it's very difficult to fathom out. So are you missing something or everything is right? Most of the time, it's very complex. Okay, it's time consuming, and only on the ground presence, okay, and multiple, you can say, months and years put into the actual on ground work will give you a real knowledge, and still you will find that you don't know everything.
So we were speaking about vision. So when you joined VTP first as the CEO, what was your vision at that time?
See, the vision is not of an individual. Okay, it's of the top people. Okay, that's what you want to do. So we brainstormed. Okay, and what is that we want to do? We just knew that we wanted to do good work. Okay, and this industry needs it. That was the starter, you can say. Okay, but after that, obviously we brainstormed, and we came at several things, and finally we said that when you want to do good work, obviously, and we end up doing good work, you achieve something. You achieve leadership. So we thought that we should be amongst top 3 by 2020. We will be happy even if we are in top 5, but let's gun for amongst top 3 players in 2020, because otherwise what is the use of doing good work? Okay, so that's what we thought as a typical an organization where we should lead it to, and obviously whatever needs to be done for reaching there, those are part of the strategies and tactics. That's a different part though. Okay, but we thought that we should be among the top players in the city.
But at that time, what was good work to you and all of you?
There were many things. Unfortunately, this industry never got a great name. Everybody to blame, including the developers and the governments, and so everybody, and so customers, and so everybody. So there were so many good things which can be done, could have done. We are not done. So we thought, let's attack those first. Okay, because saying that this industry is bad and not doing anything about it, that doesn't go well. So we thought that let's attack those things first. So we started writing it down. So this industry was not supposed to be a transparent industry. This was not supposed to be a professional industry. Lack of commitment was another supposed to be a problem of this industry. So can customer really depend or rely on the developer where he's putting his life's earnings? Those were always the questions. It's a different thing. RERA came on later to address those things. Okay, but then when we started this journey of transforming VTP, we thought that a lot was to be done, and that's what we started attacking. There are many things that, transparency. When it comes to transparency, there is not one thing which can make you transparent. There is not one thing that which can make you professional. Okay, or there is not one thing that will make you reliable. There are many things to be done to reach that. So being reliable is a milestone. Being a transparent company is a milestone, or being a professional service is a milestone, and that cannot be done just like that. It's a process, and believe me, it's a long process. Okay, so obviously we said let's focus on being transparent, let's focus on being professional, let's try to be a reliable developer for the customers, and then that is where we started building. But obviously the vision was like let's be amongst top developers of the city, where we should be respected for the kind of work that we are doing, and that's how we started.
And this was 2015. So just imagine everyone that at that time how unregulated the industry was and how unorganized it was. And during that time having that vision was really exceptional. And I really think that might have helped.
Here, I'm not required. Okay, I'm so very clear. I come from a professional background. These are the things that is in my blood, and that has to be done. And I don't believe in blaming others, rather than focus on doing it, making it better. I think that's my way of doing things, and that's what I wanted. And fortunately, we could do it together.
But when you joined the industry, that's when RERA kicked in. Uske baad mein demonetization came, then GST came, all which had great impact on real estate. How did you navigate growth through those years?
Oh, that was a tough time or a challenging time, whatever you want to say, Ashwin. We started our change. We changed our logo. We changed our taglines. We started, establishing teams and the different departments to make it professional and everything. And we are on the right track. Fortunately, we started getting success from the go. Okay, we're fortunate enough. But then, while we are going on the right track and we are supposed to achieve a great growth in that year, and the RERA came in. GST came in. The worst problem about that was not RERA or GST. The worst problem was lot many things were not clear when they were implemented.
Very true.
So I remember we were sitting in groups, in offices, till late night, 11:30, 12, trying to figure out different clauses of the RERA or GSTs, and things are not clear. Now, if things are not clear, what are you supposed to do as a developer? What kind of decision you should make? Those things only were not clear. That's delayed. Okay, launches, or that delayed many processes. Decision making slowed down that time. Till the time we were getting the clarification. So that phase was challenging. While it was challenging because it was adding, you can say, additional pressure of compliances, which was missing earlier. That was not enough. More than that, so not being so clear was a bigger challenge for us, all of us, to handle. And we were waiting, and there are different meanings were taken out by different people for a particular clause, or a particular section, and that was not so really easy. So it surely slowed down. So you have to be very calculated, very cautious, so that you don't go against that. At the same time, if you don't act, your business suffers. Everything has got financial implications. When you delay a launch, it has got financial implications. So that was surely a challenging time. That's why I said it was a challenging time. So what we could have achieved, maybe we wanted to double the business. That time we couldn't double the business. We could achieve only 50% growth.
Okay, but you still managed to get 50%.
We still managed to get it because base was low. Okay, so base was low, so we are fortunate, so we still got the growth, but not that one we had planned for earlier. Again, everywhere, what separates you, how fast learner you are, how fast you can adapt. Okay, and we're always good, so we did that, and we did that better. And then came the demonetization. Let me tell you, I wasn't aware about this word ever. Okay, and I was in a function in Hat. I remember a lot of industries were there in that function, including manufacturing and all. And suddenly, 8 o'clock, get messages, and so people start looking into phones, and rather than attending the function. And there was a break in that function, and everybody start saying, and some Delhiites and all that thing, what are you doing, what are you doing, what are you doing? Not really understood anything out of it. 12 o'clock when I left, and fine, okay, these notes are not no value anymore, which I was having anyways in my pocket. Clueless about the whole thing. Next day when I came to office and all, and then some people asked me, what is going to happen? I said, as of now, just because things are so unclear, I think 6 months to 12 months are gone. I don't know anything more about it, but 6 months to 12 months time is surely gone, which means that the growth is surely impacted. Okay, and more than that, I don't know anything. Let me try and figure it out. But one thing I surely understood, and that was perfectly right. 6 months to 12 months is surely gone. When many unexpected things happened after that, many customers started coming to the site, asking for 40%, 50% discount.
Oh,
That was happening rampantly because some ad I was saying in the newspaper that now the real estate prices will come down. Okay, and whatnot. Okay, and the people were showing us that of government something and all, and that was tough time. Okay, and anybody was going to any extent, things surely impacted. Everything came on to a standstill, complete standstill. I have seen that phase, and I remember on the 11th of November we had a huge marketing campaign planned, all ads and everything confirmation already given. We had to stop it on emergency basis everywhere, and nobody was knowing what is to be done. So yeah, if you ask me, it had a huge impact, no doubt about it. But again, how long you can continue like this? November went, December went, okay, and that's where we thought we cannot keep quiet like this. And in January we acted. We were the first one to act rather in the market. When everybody was only in shock, including us, not acting on it cannot be the solution. So we acted. And in January next year, we came out with a huge campaign. Let me tell you, at a very low cost compared to earlier, because nobody was doing that. So they were also without any job, without any work. So everybody has offered us a great rate. And we did that huge campaign, large scale campaign at a very minimal cost. There was no clutter in the market, and we are all there in the market. That worked in our favor like anything. But obviously there was a risk of moving the first. So we took that risk, obviously, a very calculated risk. We did that, and a phenomenal campaign came out in January, okay, after demonetisation, and that changed, perhaps that gave us kind of a boost to a brand, VTP, because we were only there was no clutter. Otherwise, one of the major challenge for any marketer or business is to how to break the clutter.
How to stand out, how to get
exactly. That's one of the biggest challenge, and the whole situation offered us that an opportunity on platter that we are the only one available there in the market. There was nobody else, okay, and at a low cost, and that's how things changed. Okay, but again, so growth could have been much better, but things surely got affected. We got a growth because base was low. Let me be very frank here, but we worked on various many other fundamentals, making it stronger. So we used that period to make other things, the basics, are stronger. Okay, so that when the moment you are out of it, you can start faster, okay, than expected. So we use those period to make our fundamentals further stronger, and be ready for the next phase in that period.
So despite all these periods, you thought of a more of a red ocean strategy to go somewhere else where no one is doing.
Exactly.
Okay, that's really interesting, and I'm sure the viewers will enjoy this. Despite all these challenges, VTP Realty scaled from 90 crores to 4,000 plus crores in just 8 years. I mean, that is phenomenal and unheard of in real estate. So what were the main strategies which you did over the years, like the one you just mentioned? Could you tell us some more strategies which you did over the years?
See, I will tell you, strategy was to follow the basics. And sometimes we see the common sense is very uncommon. And we focused on that common sense, which was very uncommon. And we did it so very well compared to the market. So we said that the way I told you, we wanted to be professional. So we started focusing on building up the teams, which were from a better background. They were better professionals, more qualified, and the whole environment has to be professional. See, only being good for the customers cannot be the direct end result. till the time your employee, your teams are great. Okay, the first comes employee, then comes customers or anybody else. So it's always employees, okay, who actually work for the customers. So employee, building the right employee set, right culture. I remember, so 2015 I came on board, and 2016 5th of January, I released for the entire company the values that every VTPI must have. Okay, so that's the qualification criteria to be in VTP. So what kind of value every employee must have? There are again different levels. Okay, like the initial level is like something must. Without that, you're outtypes, And then the more you go up, your mid level, your senior level, then different values are required in you, to represent VTP out there. So we released those first. We started working on those. Any good organization, top organization who is doing the business for years and years and decades and even centuries, they have values. So that's why I said, sometime more than construction, the values are more important. Construction follows, sales follows, everything else follows. The values are you can say the building blocks. They are so very must. So that's what we did in 2016 January, 5th of January. Okay, and we started building upon those. That was the first. That's why I said I focused on people. Without people, nothing happens. Okay, and you can say many good things sitting in a cabin. If that's not replicated out there on the ground, what is the use? There is no
Very
use.
true.
Okay, so you have to bridge a gap. What is there at the top? What is the vision? And whether the downmost level is aligned to that or not. Let me tell you, never it will be completely aligned in any organization for that, not just ours. The only difference that makes is which organization is better aligned, which organization has got more employees which are aligned to the vision of the organization. It's completely impossible to have 100% employees aligned with the company's vision. Okay, values. But attempt should be to make it more the better. Okay, and those are the winners. As simple as that. So many people ask me, what is that you have done? Okay, it has to be values first. Okay, values make everything possible, and then how many people are aligned? More the better. Again, this graph cannot be like this. This will be changing. Okay, because people are not always same. They keep changing. Some people will leave, some new people will come in. How effectively you are again able to get them on the values that you want in them, because they have worked in the other industry, other businesses, other companies, and they might be having different values that time there.
Yeah.
Now, how do you align that new employee as per your values? Believe me, a daunting task. Saying that we are customer centric and being customer centric are poles apart, can be poles apart. Okay.
So you first have to be employee centric.
First of all, employee centric. Okay. And again, even after being employee centric, how good you are in getting them aligned, again, is a very difficult task. And it's a continuous process even today and will remain always. Not just for us, for every organization. Okay. And how focused you are on that will decide. Okay. So any sustainable business which want to scale up has to have this first. Everything else is a byproduct. If this is not there, nothing can come. Okay. So those are the things, so that was there. So we started getting professional team on board. The policies that we make. Okay. So we cannot be only professional, transparent, reliable only for the customers. We have to be transparent, we have to be professional and reliable first for employees.
So did you work a lot on setting SOPs?
Exactly, So we started working on that. But before that, because we started building so many things from the scratch, we are too small and we wanted to scale up. So we had to focus on too many basics. Okay. So those were those, so what are the policies on which you want to, run the company? Again, everybody has to be aligned. Okay. It's not that, okay, I want it to be done this way. So you cannot go like that. You need to get all stakeholders on board. Okay. You have to have buy-in from everybody. Okay. The first comes the promoters, then comes the HODs, so, and then comes the employees, and you cannot go wrong there. You will have different output altogether. So we started working on transparency. Now, how do you get a transparency for customers? So I don't know whether you are aware or not. We did many things first in the industry, not for Pune, for the country. Okay. So while there are so many basic things, should have been done by somebody else, but not done. We did that.
Could you name a few?
So like even today, most of the top players do not mention the amenity sizes in their brochure. Even today, I think RERA made it compulsory. I think around few months back.
Yeah.
We started doing it, I think 2018 or something like that. Okay, and RERA realized much later. Okay, and we started doing it from that time. So like for example, every project brochure has got a clubhouse, swimming pool, and party lawn, and everything, gymnasium. Nobody says how big a gymnasium you are going to get, how big a party hall you are going to get, a party lawn you are going to get. We started doing that. Okay, height of transparency. Okay, on the brochure. It also meant that you need to have phenomenal controls on the back end to ensure that you achieve those what you're committing. So first we ensured that our back end is strong, then we got into it. So whether आपके पार्टी हॉल में 200 लोग बैठ पाएंगे या 100 ही लोग बैठ पाएंगे, आपको मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम पता चलता है कि वो जिम्नाशियम शुरू नहीं खत्म हो गया या पार्टी हॉल शुरू नहीं खत्म हो गया. No, sorry. When you're buying a home, I think you're buying a home with so many other things.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what we started doing it. Next thing was we started the sales on the fixed price. Unseen, unheard in real estate, at least at our scale. Again, we started it long back, around I think 2018-19 again. Okay, and at a big scale at 2019 onwards. People didn't accept. Neither, first of all, employees didn't accept. Leave aside the customers. Okay, even customers keep saying those today. I remember one of the customers made me. He bought some high value property with us, and he said, "I'm from Delhi. I just can't digest that I'm buying a high value real estate, and I'm not able to negotiate. And I'm coming from some other side. They are giving me 20 lakh discount, 30 lakh discount, and you are saying no." My wife has liked it, and she's still saying it now. I need to buy this, and how can I buy this without negotiation? Okay, so I have seen this happening. Okay, but let me tell you, that was a game changer. And I think some other developer, I think 1 day back or 2 days back, said that they are shifting to fixed pricing policy. I think that's a better way of doing business for everybody. Even customers need to support the industry. Even customers say that this industry is not transparent and unprofessional. Okay, but it cannot become professional or transparent without their support as well.
Yeah,
everybody needs to chip in to make this industry a better one. It's not just that a CEO or the one promoter thinks one kind. No, it cannot happen. It's a system.
Everyone needs.
I'm trying to make a fixed pricing policy for a better of the customer, and customers only not accepting it. Okay, that cannot go well. This industry will never ever change. Then who are to blame? Then you have to suffer. Customer has to understand that no developer or other no manufacturer will give you a discount from their pocket. I don't know why they don't understand, why they don't want to understand. We keep blaming developers. Look at the customer psyche first. That developer is giving me this kind of discount and you are not giving me, I can't accept it. So don't you think we people call developers egoistic or something, many things. What about customer now? So even customer need to be liked. So customer needs to play a role to improvise this industry. So we had to work hard, let me tell you. To put this fixed pricing, we had to work hard. Even today, we have to work hard.
Because in India, there's such a big culture of bargaining.
Negotiation, bargaining is supposed to be a birthright.
Yes.
Okay, that too in real estate.
Many best rate.
Exactly. But people don't understand. Let me tell you, we are two customers, Ashwin. Okay, we go to one developer. I am a great negotiator. I negotiated 500 rupees per square feet. You may or may not be. You negotiate 100 rupees. You are very happy that आपने 100 रुपए negotiate कर लिया, and I am still not happy that मैंने 500 लिया because I am that hard negotiator, a stingy guy. Okay, when I sleep, I think मैंने थोड़ा और करना चाहिए था, मुझे और 50 तो मिल ही जाता था. And you are sleeping, oh मैंने 100 रुपए लाया, I am so great. ठीक है, आपने एक ही प्रॉपर्टी खरीदी है, आपको 100 रुपए डिस्काउंट मिला है, मुझे 500 मिला है. After 2 or 3 years आपको पता चल जाएगा कि मैंने 500 लिया, आपको 100 मिला. आपको कैसा अंडरस्टैंडिंग आएगा? खुद के बारे में क्या लगेगा? बाद में नेबर्स ही उन्हें प्राइस. ठीक है, आपको कैसा लगेगा? ठीक है, इज दिस गुड? नाउ वेदर इज 100 और 500 इज नॉट योर स्किल. इट्स अ बिल्डअप था. ओके, दिस डिस्काउंट इज नॉट गिवन जस्ट लाइक दैट. ओके, नोबडी कैन प्रोड्यूस एनी प्रोडक्ट, okay, without a particular cost or a price. Okay, So they need to get a particular price to make that product, construct that product. Okay, one has to understand this also. Why they don't understand, I really do not know. But yeah, I think its customers also has to come on board and help industry to make it more professional. So we did this also, though difficult, and though it is in the interest of the customer. Okay, but we did it. So there were so many simple things, but tough to implement. We did that.
So you have to start with your vision.
Yeah.
Then you have to work on all your internal changes.
Yes.
And within your company.
Yes.
And hiring. Then policies.
Yeah.
You should work on that.
Yeah.
And then various strategies, like you mentioned, one
Yeah.
was fixed price policy.
Yeah.
And opportunity seeking.
Yes.
Any other which you really felt had a great impact on VTP scaling to such heights?
These are always many, and okay, and at different times you need to take different decisions. What kind of opportunities you get in the market and whatnot, and very difficult to note down. I can write a book though later, okay, and on this, because for different projects, for different assignments, we took different calls. They may or may not be liked by all, okay, but you need to have that. I think in MBA it was taught your logical analysis, and analytical ability. They need to be really, really strong, and sometimes contra works. Okay, sometimes contra works, and many times I was contra. So like after Corona, we're sitting at home and we're designing a project, and I get a call from a channel partner, from a owner at a bigger level, and what are you making now? What kind of plans we should have after Corona? I said, I'm designing a project and we're looking at bigger homes. I said, don't do this mistake, he says to me. What happened? Please, after Corona, people are not having money and all that thing. They are already into problems. काफी लोगों के घर में already health issues and सब हो चुका है. Please don't dare that. Even then they named one of the big names of this industry, which is listed player. They are also making smaller homes. So 1 hour he was talking to me and trying to push me that stay away from the bigger home. Okay, and I was trying to convince him that no, this is what will happen now. They want bigger home. They will look for more rooms. They will look for more amenities. Okay, because घर का importance तो कोरोना के टाइम पे समझ में आया. तब तक तो ऐसा लगने लगा था लोग घर नहीं खरीदेंगे. Lot of research reports had started saying that the new generation doesn't want to buy a home. It's better to go on rent. Okay, and everybody had practically started writing. All the experts of the country have started writing that you make smaller homes, and all that thing. And then I was saying that I will make bigger home, and people were not trying to understand me. We made bigger homes.
And how did it work out?
Super duper hit. Okay, and that after 6 months of that, everybody started reports. So bigger homes are working. So the thing is that you cannot wait for the market to tell you. Then you are not leader. If you are able to do something ahead of the market, which nobody could have seen, or nobody has seen, or not imagined, and if you are able to do it and successfully, I think that's what says that you are a leader. And then people have to follow, and everybody else followed. And we all know that since that time, everybody has started making the bigger homes and all that thing. So that's how it is. So how convinced you are, your own understanding of the market, or a consumer psyche, or where things are going to go. Okay, that's what matters. And I think not everybody can understand it equally well. And that is where we are different. That is why every company is at different scale and different success rate. Okay, and you have to be damn good at it every time. It's better. So that's what we did. So every time, so sometimes it was so very basic. Sometimes it was totally contra and very challenging and not done by anybody else. So it's a mix of all things. And so there is no, no medicine works for all the diseases, So you have to take a pill which works for that particular situation best. So all decision has to be taken that way, I think so. Though the herd mentality has been a problem of many Indian businessmen, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Leave aside a real estate. Okay, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. We all knew that in when IT crash happened, because everybody had got into IT buildings. Okay, there was a problem. Somebody should have stopped. Okay, so anyways, I think, so when to follow and when not to follow. Okay, there are very important things, and I think some things that we really did well.
So, apart from your growth, what happened to facilitate that growth? There were many internal changes inside the company जो आपको करने पड़े होंगे. So, what were the internal changes which you did?
Many. So I mentioned some part of it. Though the moment you start focusing on the employees, the major focus on to build departments, various functions, and they should be capable. So having the right team members, getting the HODs on board, and then with the processes, what we need to do, how we need to do, aligning them. And because we're trying to do things at a rapid scale, at speed and the scale both, aligning them faster with our vision. So that was very important to like the way things we had done earlier, some things, and which should not be continued, which was not fitting into the future vision. Obviously, we discontinued. I want to discontinue. There were a lot of resistances from some people. Okay, that from any sphere had to handle those. Existing sales team almost rebelled. Okay, and they didn't agree with the new style of working, and so they were not happy. So they were churning there. Okay, we had to get a lot of new people, and obviously we had to get, no doubt about it. So everywhere there was some resistance. Resistance was from different levels altogether, and some places we were able to address those their matters in a quicker manner, but at some we are not. A lot of shockers. Okay, for us, we had to handle those also, and disruptions. Okay, in the way we were trying to implement our vision, there were disruptions. Some people were trying to create disruptions
By internal employees?
Even by employees, yeah.
Oh.
And some people were trying not even to allow new people to settle in the organization, not helping them to be successful. Okay, or trying to make them failure by various means. These are all ground level tactics of the employees. Who do not want to change for better. Okay, there are many things. So I will tell you very frankly, while we have grown, we've done sort of a lot of respectable work and still trying to do better and improving. But those set of employees who joined us that time have gone through a hell of experience. I must tell you that. So while I am being interviewed today and I am talking to you today on how and why we are successful and how others should do, let me tell you the contribution of those people is immense. They had not to be required only to be a capable people, but more than that, handling the resistance. If you say use the word politics, could be the one. Okay, from the almost people, which is like not allowing you to perform in the best possible manner. Most of the time, at the promoter level, CEO level, these things may not be known so easily. And even if it is known, how to handle it without disrupting the whole business, okay, is another challenge. So we had to face those many challenges, and today I must say that me and the whole company is indebted to them, okay, for their patience, for their faith in us, that they're sticking around us, believing in our vision, handle all these uncalled for pressures and the negative things, and still worked well for the company. So many things go behind. To be successful looks very nice, but behind the scene, this is not just one Sachin Bhandari. Or not only promoters. There are so many people, okay, who walked in, okay, for us and took every bad thing on their chest. They would have surely sleepless nights, a lot of irritation, frustration to them, and they worked for the company vision, and which helped us to grow. Another that some people were aligning, and also some people, while we are growing very fast, people's expectations go up very fast. So managing success was also another issue to be handled. We were highly successful. Some people were not able to handle the success. They suddenly started thinking, oh, they are the ones who are making this company a hero. So they were again disruptions. So we had to handle all those disruptions okay, in a very effective manner without affecting the overall performance of the organization. Some people were trying to take the company for granted. Some people went to an extent that they were trying to play with the organization to get the extra benefits, thinking that we are over dependent on them. All these things happen. I don't see any book writing all these things. But these are facts of the matter. These are the things which happen at the ground level and which decide the fate of the organization. Many times we don't come to know why this company didn't work for so long. Why this company couldn't remain successful for so long. But they're successful and then they go down. There are many such small things which seem to be small, which are doing their work behind the scene, which happened with us also. A lot of people or the industry peers were not believing in our growth. Okay, there are a lot of disbelief, a lot of questions. So those things also put a lot of pressure, at least mental pressure on you. We only started doing, we will keep doing the good work. And started making a team of people who also believe in us. Not everybody can align. At least some senior people should align and then they can do their job well. Some decisions we started taking in, getting in right people, getting expertise on board, and some things we are working, and it took a long time for us. Let me tell you very frankly, before we reached a level where we can say that we are one of the best real estate company, not just of the city, of the country. Okay, and believe me, I take pride in saying that we are one of the best real estate company of this country, not just city. Okay, and no listed player can do their business without taking a note of us. Okay, in fact, to the extent that our employees will have red carpet in their in these companies with any amount of hike, we take a pride in that. Okay, because they know that if this person has worked in VTP, this person can do a great job. It may or may not be right. That's a different part because every person is different. But the company tag has become that valuable. Okay, that company tag. That's how we have worked, in-house. So many things, again, and we worked on many things simultaneously. If you do it one by one, you could have become scalar in 7 years or something like this. And we did many right things at one go. And not everybody can do this. And that is where I think we were different. And we are sure not only different, we are much better. Okay, and so the way we started focusing on the finances, we got ICICI on board, we got HDFC on board, we got SBI on board. All the top bankers, financiers came on board first. Because I told in the initial question, this kind of financiers or bankers will get associated only with those who are good or they are going towards good. Okay, so you need to behave in a particular way and conduct your business in a particular way. That's what we did. Be it on finance, be it on sales marketing. In marketing, I think we are one of the best company. Okay, without taking anybody as a brand ambassador or something like that, we have been doing consistently good in that. We are very good in breaking the clutter. Our ads will not be so simple or so common. And in fact, most of our marketing is copied by best of the best names of this country, by the way. Again, we take a pride in this.
So why did you choose to go ahead with a brand ambassador?
Brand ambassador is very commonly accepted phenomenon in marketing.
Yeah.
And nowadays in real estate, so it's all the more.
So many real estate developers are doing it. Why did you not choose to do that?
So nowadays it's become all the more fashion. Okay, than the necessity. When there are so many basic things missing, why do you want to go for a brand ambassador? Is your objective only to sell, or really you want to build a great company? See, it might act as a quick fixer. You take Amitabh Bachchan, you take Shah Rukh Khan, you take Virat Kohli, or whoever it is, it's surely a quick fixer, no doubt about it. It's widely adopted model in any advertising and marketing, in any product in an industry. So it's a quick fix. So whosoever organization is focusing only on sale may be a great idea, though. For a brand, you need to work a lot. To become a brand, it's not that, again, I got very different ideas about the brand, though. Some people think that advertising makes a brand. I completely think the opposite of it. Okay, I think that your design, your quality, your delivery, your conduct, makes your brand. So again, we carry a bit different thought here. We could have taken, okay, so when when people were busy in taking the brand ambassador, somebody came to us, why don't you take Dhoni as your brand ambassador? I think you are one of those most reliable players, and he was the one, the bankable, the dependable.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you take, so there are many names. Oh, you should take Shah Rukh Khan and the versatile, and fair enough, it looks nice, Suddenly industry starts also throwing this, on you. Again, we register that temptation very cautiously, because see, first of all, there are so many things that we are still doing to be a brand and a better brand. When those basics will be completely in place, or more, all the more, say, you can say, there, I think we will be free to take that, not just for as a quick fixer, okay, but in a true sense. Okay, we should do justice, not just that. Take some shots of that a celebrity and put it on the hoarding or ad. I surely do not favor those kind of marketing campaigns. You will not see those kind of campaigns, at least from marketing and VTP side. So even if we take somebody, we need to do justice. Okay, rather than riding on that celebrities, you can say, the awareness and charisma and everything, the fame, I will rather say that, whoa, we are already damn good. And then you come and then we match each other so well. That is something we'll have to do. Okay, and I think we are in the process. We'll take some time at least for this. That's one. Second, we never work for a quick fixer. We are not like short term, do sale by giving some discount, do sale by giving some 1090 scheme, do sale by doing this or that. No, we are really not that kind of a company. So we will not do quick fixer kind of scenario. We believe in that fundamentals and basics to be strong. So we are a bit slow, okay, but we know that that's the best way to be there at the top for a much longer time. So for quick fixer, we'll never take a celebrity. But for a brand, we may in future, not now, not in sight at all. One more thing that hits us is when people also go for a celebrity endorsement, and you need to pay a huge money to them.
Yeah.
Suppose you have got 1,000 crore project and you spend 30 crores. You generally got 5% budget, on marketing, both CP and marketing put together. And that, so on 1,000 crore, suppose, 5%, how much is that? And if you spend 25-30 crores only on a celebrity thing, celebrity, then his director, then his shoot, whatnot, that money and that cost has get passed on to the customers alone. Is it really required? Why not focus on making the better product for the customer than spend this money? Lot many things can be done in these 30 crores or 25 crores. So as of now, so we are more focused on those fundamentals rather than taking as a quick fixer and adding that cost to the customer. We are staying away from that.
So we were talking about internal changes and employees as well. Real estate is an industry which is so labor intensive. So how do you manage your laborers or even the employees so that whatever challenges or setbacks come, how do you handle them?
There's a day in, day out task. Okay, and I said, everybody says we are customer centric. You have to be first your employee centric, the people centric, customer centric later. So having the right policies, right culture, for the employees is more important. So on the day one, we said that we will not have hire and fire policy. First of all, hire very cautiously.
What is hire and fire policy?
Oh, very simple. Many organizations will hire a lot of people as per their requirements if they think. And will they fire very fast? They will be very quick. They take a pride in taking very quick decisions. Okay, they will hire fast, and their work is done and they fire also. Okay, in this the whole process, obviously any employee's career gets affected for sure. So I said, take care of the any employee's career. We need to build a career. Okay, we need to build their capability as well. Okay, so we are trying to do a different thing or a better thing than the industry by taking people from the same industry. We have not done anything like this. Now imagine how difficult the task it is. People are wired in a particular way till now in their life, and suddenly you are wanting them to do work in a different way. So lot of work, lot of HR is very critical role in this. And under them, so learning, training them, developing them. Okay, that makes another task. Okay, so need to focus a lot on that, but it's more involvement from the top management. Okay, in interacting with those your team members consistently. Okay, can only help you. Okay, and again, the first and the foremost which comes in is the
Employees.
Okay, we took care of it, and then when we came into the office, and let me tell you, Ashwin, many big players didn't pay salaries to their employees in that period.
Yeah.
If some paid, they deducted a lot of money. Okay, that's what happened. Even from the big names, we always paid them completely.
Full salaries.
Full salaries.
Almost, I think the industry was getting 50%.
Exactly, and I got call from many. What are you doing? And why are you doing this and what not? I said they are our asset. Okay, we can't. Okay, all the more they will need money because your EMIs and everything, the money is important. If we don't take care of them in the so-called bad time, then how will they take care of us? Okay, it has to be win-win.
So, were there any opportunities which you consciously decided to say no to? क्योंकि बहुत बार ऐसा आता है, something very tempting comes कि I should do this or I should not. Many times ethics kicks in or some other factors. Were there such opportunities for you?
I must tell you that I think your preparation is phenomenal, and the kind of question that you are asking is generally not asked by anybody. आपने क्या किया कंपनी को आगे लेके जाने के लिए पक्का पूछते लोग. आपने क्या नहीं किया है या किसको कौन से टेम्पटेशन को रेजिस्ट किया. This is equally important or more important. What to do and what not to do. So one thing that I can clearly say is, that time in 15, 16, 17, 18, the affordable homes was like a gung-ho concept.
Yeah.
From government, from developers, any media house, any finance house was saying, are you not making affordable homes? Oh, that means you're doing something wrong. Okay. In fact, there were so many finance houses which were built only to fund affordable housing. This was the word, affordable housing. Okay, the word. And financiers used to come and say, we are ready to fund affordable housing. How much money you want? हम तो बना ही नहीं रहे. ठीक है? So we explored, realized. We had one project in Talegaon earlier, erstwhile prior to me here. Okay, which was very low ticket size, 12 lakhs, 15 lakhs and all that. I wasn't happy about it. Okay, and we explored everything, and that time there were so many brands going gung-ho about it. Somehow I wasn't happy about it. We also looked at making a different company, for venturing into affordable housing. Because उस टाइम पे हर कोई कर रहा था, let me tell you. हर कोई डेवलपर कर रहा था, फैशनेबल हो गया था. अगर आप नहीं कर रहे हो अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग नहीं करो, दैट मींस कुछ तो गलत है आपके साथ. Are you not in? You don't understand the business? ऐसे क्वेश्चन पूछते थे आपसे लोग, and we're like skeptical about the whole thing. And but analysis तो होना चाहिए, study तो होना चाहिए, तो हमने study की. There are some companies, not from Pune or North, some in South, a big name, a listed. They had a different company altogether, a brand for affordable housing and all. We explored that also. ये सब study करने के बाद भी I was not convinced. ठीक है, and I said put down to promoters and we discussed. That's not it. But there was so much pressure. होता है ना, peer pressure type होता है ना. वो कर रहा है, ये कर रहा है, तो आप क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो? So there was a lot of pressure. So saying no to this was like, क्या कर रहे हो आप? You don't understand. And so I said, let's stay away from this. Obvious question came in.
Why?
नहीं करना है, सब लोग कर रहे हैं, ठीक है. एंड नहीं करना है तो बोले क्यों नहीं करना है? Obviously I explained, and I said इसलिए नहीं करना है कि ये नहीं चलने वाला है. This is not practical. Okay, it looks nice, okay, from government side or for for any media house or finance house, but it's not practical. It will not work. Okay, the price equation and the cost equation will never work here. And if the cost equation and the price equation are not going to work, no developer can sustain this. Okay, looks fancy now as of now, but it's not sustainable. Let's stay away. There will be accidents in this industry. Otherwise, realized, oh, pause. You know next what happened. Entire affordable housing concept collapsed. I think it's not there. I don't see anymore. You know,
It has drastically reduced.
completely. It's not even seen. Earlier it was the in thing.
Everywhere.
I will tell you everywhere. You know, it doesn't exist. So I'm happy. And I've said no to it completely. You know, so there are many such things, but this was a big thing. It was a business opportunity, a big segment, but I said no. There are many things. There are warehousing, there are industries, and all that. That was also another area.
Other cities.
You know, other cities I have not still no. It's only pause there. Other cities we have to go. Okay,
Not yet.
that's a different matter. Okay, but warehousing and all that thing. You know, again, what is the stage of the you can say business you are in? You know, does it make sense for you to diversify now or start only focus on what you are doing now? So I think, and I'm one of those spreading yourself too thin is not a great idea. So I'm one of those conservative guys. You know, so I said, hold on, okay. And do you have expertise there? And do we need to really go there when so much of opportunity is still left here? Okay, so I said, hold on, not now for that. There's another senior citizen. I have done almost a PhD on that topic that time. Okay, and I said, no. We designed the project, we did all financial analysis, lot many times, we got experts on board, everything done. And then I said, no. Okay, and so that is another segment that we said no to it very consciously. Okay, but all are very conscious decision. I'm very happy every time our decision went right. This segment where we said no never flourished. So fortunately we're right in our analysis.
Sir, as your company grew further in scale, what changed more in your personal leadership priorities?
Lot many things need to change, Ashwin. But what worked when we were small as a business surely will not take us further, that we are aware about. The first thing and the foremost thing that we address the systems. And at scale, well, it looks very nice to have a scale. Everybody wants to have a scale. One has to understand, every good decision that you take will have multiplier effect. And also every bad decision will have multiplier effect. So profit and the loss both will be at a multiplier effect. Now profit is perfectly fine, that's the aim of the business, but what if it goes into losses or some problems? So whatever we take a decision has to be more thought through, more calculated, and sometimes that's the reason we say that when there is a scale, companies tend to become a bit slow. Smaller companies are a bit nimble-footed, dynamic, more dynamic, and the bigger companies could be slow and perceived as slow, but it's better to be slow there because the impacts are very high. That's the first change in the decision making happens. Second part, the skills required, not just at the individual level, even at the team level, that changes completely. Now, first of all, how many people are available in the market who can handle this scale? So let's get into our problem. Because we are the first one to cross 1500 crore business in a year in the city. Okay, while there have been 30, 40, 50 years old developers, we are the first one. Now, we were not able to find people who were having experience to manage the scale in Pune. If you try to hire them and try to teach them, very few were trying to adopt and learn and deliver as expected. Others, or most of the others, were not able to do that. That is where we had to look up to entire country for the talent. So Mumbai, Delhi, Hyderabad, and Bangalore and other cities. So that was another. So we had to. So the way you look at everything changes completely. Sometimes when you're small, it's okay to be a bit aggressive. Okay, but then when you are big at a scale, you need to be more calculated and sometimes conservative. So that's what happened. We had to change. We're too dynamic, we're too swift earlier. We had to taper it down, at least to some extent, so that no accident happens. And that's better. And when you're scaling up, there are different phases. At 100 as one, 500 was a different milestone, and then 1,000 and 2,000. And suddenly when you have crossed 2,000, it's not seen by anybody, it's not managed by anybody till now. And that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Now competition is running behind. We know that many developers from Pune are obviously trying to beat us. Why not? They will. Even national listed developers coming to Pune, obviously trying to get ahead of us, which is very obvious. If it would have been earlier VTP and me, so we'd have reacted fast and taken the action. So we chose not to respond, not to react. What is working for them, let it work for them. What is good for us at this stage of our business, we'll stick to it. Example, in real estate, not just in Pune, anywhere in the country, as of now, I can fairly say there is a mad race for the turnover. Trying to say who is number one and what not. Oh, we started though, but that time base was low. It was fine. To grow to a certain extent is fine. Beyond a point, it becomes an elephant, difficult to manage. Okay. Every organization, every leadership team needs to understand this well. So we took a conscious call 3 years back and declared we are not in turn or go anywhere. We changed the track to profitability and the sustainability. We have to be there in the business for much longer time as a leader than for some time. What it helped and how it helped is we shied away from the quick fixes. My competition was doing phenomenal business with a lot of investor-oriented schemes, 1090, 1585, 2080, 25/4, what not. Okay, or even brand ambassadors, so-called, or celebrity endorsement. We shied away, from that. So what happens the moment you take yourself away, okay, from the so-called mad race, then you remain your original and also safe. So that's what we did. So okay, if it had been we as an earlier version, we might have responded fast and did better than them, being very, very sound. Okay, and see, like this industry is again, ruled by hype. Channel partners want hype around your projects. Okay, I said, okay, fair enough. Hype is always good. It's required for any business, no doubt about it. But again, how much? And how much is right, and right hype or good hype? So, bad hype. So all that thing, so we really, really in last 2-3 years have been keeping more of a low profile. Though back end, we have been working very strong and hard to become a much better company further. But we preferred, to stay away from that mad race. Because when you're in mad race, you tend to take wrong decisions. Okay, which sounds good for that time, but for future, that's surely not good. So I think so. We are saving ourselves from the bad decisions now. Okay, and going in the right direction. That's what matters more. But again, somebody might say that, oh, this style is not good. They want to run behind the numbers. That could be a good strategy for them. Okay, we feel that that's not a great strategy. Okay?
So would you say that when you were at, say, 100 crores or initial stages, what are 5 numbers that you personally review every week to ensure that your business is, flowing smoothly?
Ashwin, first of all, difficult to gauge the whole business only on 5 numbers.
Very true.
Very frankly, So I will not be able to say that I only check these 5 numbers. I don't check only 5 numbers. I check many numbers. Okay, that's first. Okay, and that's huge. Okay, because see, in sales alone, I will not be able to restrict myself to 5 numbers. Leave aside the entire business. Okay, per function, if you say 5, that could be less for me. At the company level, 5 is obviously nothing nowhere. Okay, still, if I have to say, I will try and tell you. Okay, I don't know whether I can stop at 5, but let me try.
You can say more if you think
there are so many. For per function, I will tell you the 5 will be less number for me.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously, you need to look at first your business. How much business you are doing.
The revenue.
Okay, the revenue. That's the thing. That's the fuel. At what rate? What is your realization?
Realization.
Yeah, per square feet realization. Okay, are you on track? Not track. What kind of inventory you are selling? That for decides. No. So one is total business, and what kind of at what realization? These two things, form very critical part of our analysis. Coming to the directly, I will jump directly to the construction. How much construction I'm doing, how much we are supposed to spend money in this month, how much we have spent. Okay, that really says that whether are we really doing construction the way you're supposed to do or lacking somewhere. Okay, so are we earning money or generating revenue the way we wanted? Are we spending money the way we wanted? Because the more you spend on construction, that means that means you are doing more work.
Yeah,
it's not that anything. No, everything is calculated, everything is estimated. Okay, so these things are very important. Third is obviously, are you in budget or out of budget? Okay, that is important. So two things I told you for sales. Okay, for construction I told you how much construction I am doing now and how much is basically is being done. So plan versus actual. Okay, and are you spending less? You're spending less. That means your construction is not as per the speed, required speed. There's a problem. Okay, and that means the future problems are going to come up. Okay, and third thing is in budget or out of budget. Okay, for different projects, so that one has to look into it. This is at very, very macro level, very, kind of. And the next comes, if a fifth I have to consider is cash flow. How are we placed?
How often do you see your cash flow?
Cash flow is only the must. Okay, so that is not for today, that is for future. So I look at 3 years, 3 months or 6 months ahead. Okay, today is never a problem. You have to address the future first. Okay, so 3 months to 6 months you have to look at first. We look at everything, but we said 5. So it's like 3 months to 6 months is something must. Whether you need to take any corrective action there, and generate some finances from outside or from your own sales revenue, corrective action, how the construction expense is going to take care of, and etc. So again to summarize, your business revenue, what realization. Okay, how much you are spending on construction against the plan, less or more. Less is bad. Okay, less is surely bad. Okay, are you in budget or out of budget? Okay, from control of the business point of view. Okay, and the last thing I said,
cash flow.
Cash flow.
How often do you see your own cash flow? Like,
see, at my level with this experience, so what I say will come, that picture will come in the Excel. Okay. So what I say that, okay, I am going to land up into the cash flow problem. Okay, that's your understanding of the business and the finances. So generally this is how I work. Finance guy will not come to me and tell me, very rarely, we are going to land up in problem. I will tell them, you are going to land up in problem, better prepare and let me know. So that is, okay, so everybody will have different style and understanding, capabilities. My level is like this, so I tell them.
Since you're a finance guy, could you, any other financial matrix which you really think is very important in the entire project life cycle or in just our business, which is not given as much importance to?
So I think cash flow is not given importance.
People look at PAT more than cash flow.
Your PAT and a PBIT and all that thing, people feel very happy. See, generally real estate, you will have some money left. Even if you do some mistakes or something like that, cost goes up. You have some money, okay? You should have at least, and feel happy that, I'm going to have money. But one should know that in real estate, money comes, a surplus money comes in hand only after the completion of the project, not in between. And that is where most of the problems happen. Okay? And that's why I said, they will lie in cash flow. The whole business is cash flow. And that is so much ignored at the promoter level or the CEO level in most of the companies, and then the problems occur. So actually the cash flow is the king, not the PAT or the PBT or PIT. Cash flow is the king. The real devil is cash flow, and that is where the whole problem happens. Okay, now people tend to make scheme looking at the competition. That is the reason I shy away from 1090 schemes, 2080 schemes, and all that. They are like a lending business.
Yeah.
Okay, some listed player can afford, they will charge interest on that to customer and वगैरह वगैरह and all that. Okay, customer sitting somewhere in Dubai or US will buy. Okay, sale is done, declared. You should have, I've done a fantastic sale, but developer is not going to get money. Okay, they're going to get money only on the possession there. So are you able to take care of, because okay, you are a listed company, you could have some arrangement finance, that's a different part. Okay, but then any other developer has to look at the cash flow first. Okay, and then everything else. So real devil lies in cash flow, not PAT and PPT.
I was just in another podcast, we were just discussing the importance of IRR because of the same. And that's where cash flow also comes into place. Do you go with data more, or do you follow your gut more? What do you believe in?
Data is very important, no doubt about it. Okay. So is your thought process or guts, what you can say, or your mind, what it says, or your heart, what it says. Data has been an issue for our industry, though. Like you go to automotive industry or telecom, you got all the data, all the numbers at your fingertip. So for any company, it's very easy to analyze and plan accordingly. Unfortunately, in real estate, data and the research, is a big issue. I will say that as of now, whatever is available is better than what it was earlier 5 years back. How good it is today, still not good at all. Okay, this is one. So can you depend on the data given by somebody else? Not at all. Even if those are related to, you can say, the register office and the register website, ICICI website and all that thing. Okay. So any such report, first of all, coming from this data, first of all, need not be accurate. Or in fact, most of the time we are seeing this is not accurate. Most of the time we are seeing this is not accurate. Now, even if that is made accurate after some information sharing, from developer side, certain analysis done based on that data or the research is again many times wrong. There are two issues here. It is wrong because not everybody understands the real estate so well. You open a company, or research company, or data company, okay? But what if you don't have those capable team members who can analyze that number or a data in the right manner? First of all, do they understand the nitty-gritty of this industry so well? If they understand nitty-gritty so well, then only you can analyze it. Else, you will end up doing something horrible or absolutely wrong. Like for example, there is one research or analysis. Which developer is asking for the maximum price per square foot? Fantastic. Okay. Looks so nice, the report, no?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, completely wrong. Okay. Now, if somebody takes a call based on this report, is bound to take a wrong decision. How and why? Obviously, I'm not going to discuss it out here. Okay. They need to find it out. But completely wrong. So it also says what is their understanding level of this business. Okay. Assume a situation that is right. Okay. I addressed one situation that was wrong. Assume it is right. So I feel that the kind of research and the data which is available as of now in the industry is more of a postmortem. At a leadership level, we can surely take decisions based on some postmortem or some past analysis. But generally, when we run a business, we need to take the decision for the future. Now, future may not be same as the past. I told you, after Corona, I said that let's do the bigger homes, where everybody else was busy in trying to design the smaller and affordable homes. I was completely opposite to that. Okay? what everybody was saying. So that is how it is. Now here your guts and your understanding or capability, I will say. See, this is guts is a very, I will tell you, I think there are a lot of research in Harvard, if you can go through that, Most of the time, most of the leaders take decision based on gut, you can say, or that gut is formed based on your experience.
Yes.
And the capability, how you can analyze it internally. I said, I don't need Excel to tell you you're going to have cash flow problem. Okay, I don't need an Excel to tell you that. Okay, Excel will tell you that, okay, whatever I am saying is right. Okay, so the thing is, what decision you take, okay, for future need not be same as the past. Now, leaders' challenge is to take the decision for the future. And future is unknown. So how good you are at understanding the future and then taking the decision. So that is where your so-called gut and your experience comes handy. Now, coming to data, back to again data. Unfortunately, because there are some sources available, they are only used by us only for validating the data that we have. So we use our own channels to gather the data from the market. Okay, we validate our data based on those other reports, or say whether that is wrong or wrong, whatever it is, or we just recalibrate the data because we need some data at least also. So that whatever we are working on, our assumptions are getting built up, based on the data, what is happening in the market, whether that's completely right or completely wrong, or some changes are required. So they are throwing some better light, okay, but not enough or not sufficient at all. So what does that mean? Again, your leader's role become more crucial. Your understanding, your capability to predict the future again become the crucial. That still remains there, unfortunately. So a combination of data and your experience or gut, whatever you say, has to be used every time.
Sir, many companies, they want to scale. And scale के चक्कर में, like you mentioned, turnover में चले जाते हैं. या फिर they just forget कि जो execution है, जो आपने बोला जैसे back end operations या delivery, they forget doing all of that. So while someone is scaling, what are some systems or checks which must be in place to ensure that?
Okay, so when any organization is scaling up, first of all, controls needs to be rather better placed. Because when you're scaling up, the way I said earlier, you take a good decision, you'll have got more business or more profit. You take one bad decision, you'll have got bad business or bad profit. Or some other, you can say, risks to your business. Okay. So when you scale up, it's like this. You are running on a cycle. When you fall, you'll have small injury. Okay. In a bike, okay, you fall, obviously you'll have, the speed is higher. You on a sports bike, you need to have different controls altogether, because if you fall, okay, then fatal injury. Okay, so that's how it is. So the scale has got a different effect altogether. Good is multiplied and bad is multiplied. So what you need to do is, first of all, you need to be in processes first. So when you're scaling up, what kind of processes you are set up? Okay, how much control you have on those processes? Those controls are more important than anything else. If the controls are in place, then perfectly fine. Now, controls can be through various means. Through people, multiple layers. Okay, through third-party audits, or through IT systems. Okay, so predominantly, what is inbuilt and must is obviously IT system. That should drive the controls for sure. Okay, because how much manual control you can afford? When you're small, you can afford a manual control. But when you grow and your scale is high, it has to be automatic, most of the time at least. Okay, and it has to be system oriented. Your system should be able to alert you. Okay, whether things are in control or not, or somebody is trying to do something which is out of process or out of control.
Could you give an example from your own organization of any, say, role or function, or how it helped you?
Simple. Okay.
While scaling.
So when I said that we sell on fixed price, okay, ठीक है, we made a policy, fixed price. I told my salespeople, okay, fixed price, सब done, training done, everything. No, there are not many people who like fixed price. So another channel partner, another customer, another our own employee. The moment the pressure comes to sell, what if I don't have system control and वो customer को वहाँ पे commit करके बैठ गया दे दिया. So whereas with us, we use Salesforce and the prices are locked. Nobody, I mean nobody can give a single rupee discount. Okay, in the system. It's locked, just locked. Okay, what does that mean? You're taken away the power from anybody and everybody to do something wrong or which is against your process. Okay, it's a different thing. Somebody still can commit to customer in a wrong way or something like that, but those will be very, very rare. In system, it will not happen as a process or anywhere else. One of a kind of thing which is completely fraudster, you can say a completely wrongly aligned employee, okay, can do it, but that's very rare, to deviate on that level. Okay, फिर तो कुछ भी हो सकता है, ठीक है, but otherwise it's not in control of anybody. It will be sold at this price only. Okay, this is very important now because कुछ भी calculation जो होता है, एक assumption होता है कि this will be my realization. Now अगर इसी में अगर होने लग गया, there are a lot of pressure. सेल्स में प्रेशर होता है, कंपटीशन है, कस्टमर है, चैनल पार्टनर है, हर जगह से प्रेशर होता है. यू टेंड टू अच्छे लोग ना प्रेशर के अंडर में हमने देखा है कि डेविएट करते हुए, तो वहां पे सिस्टम के प्रेशर मैटर करते हैं. सेम गोज ऑन द बजट्स. आपने पर्टिकुलर एक्टिविटी के लिए बजट दिया है, ठीक है, नाउ आपको मार्केट में वेंडर्स नहीं मिल रहे और आपको टाइमलाइन कंस्ट्रेंट है, आपको काम देना है, अदरवाइज काम रुकेगा या स्लो होगा, जो भी होगा. So, and again, it's simple. Any employee wants to sell at the lower price. Okay. No employee will like to sell at a higher price. Okay. Same when vendor, any contract team or procurement team is trying to get a vendor on board, they want to get, okay, at the highest price to them. So both the places, loss is to the company, our company. Okay. So you have to ensure that your sales team is not selling at a lower price than what is decided, and you have to also ensure that your contract team or procurement team is not awarding the contract or procuring something which is at a higher cost. So again, there has to be a control in the system. Okay, so these things matter a lot because the moment this is not controlled, your business goes out of control and haywire, and then all the wrong things will happen. Because your profit is simple equation is what is your earning, what you're earning and what you're spending. Okay, if earning is coming down, your cost is going up, you're finished. Okay, and if this is not in control, then dangers are ahead for sure. Okay, so your cost cannot go up, your earning cannot come down. So the system controls play a crucial role. Manual control still required. Okay, manual control still required, and we've seen that in some of the cases, though rare though. Some people tend to do something wrong even out of the system. That's where manual control is required, and that's everywhere. And the third is good to have a third-party audits.
Okay.
So periodic third-party audits are always good. Okay, and that gives not only so everybody with that tendency that I am doing great. Okay, very rare people are there that they are open to the criticism. Open to accept the fact that I'm not the perfect. I need to change. I need to be better.
Yeah.
Okay, but not many people are like this. Okay, very rare are. So in this case, third-party perspective is always good. And sometimes the people are so experienced, telling them that you are not doing right directly, can backfire, or they may not like. Their egos can be, affected. Okay, and in that case, third-party perspective is good. Okay. Oh, I have not said this. Third-party has said this. Okay, these are their observations. Here we need to act. Fair enough. They out of 10 things they will explanation for say 5, but 5 at least we need to improve.
That also removes the bias.
That also removes the bias. Okay, so these things are very important. So controls become very important when you scale up. Without control, if you so it's like this. Without brake, okay, you're driving, the accident surely is going to happen. So good to have controls when you scale up a lot.
So we were speaking about scale, and most of the people who would want to scale are some SMEs, and SMEs are basically the backbone of our Indian economy right now. So if you were observing an SME today, a small or medium enterprise, and you were to understand why is it not able to scale, what area would you look at first?
Okay. Any company which is not able to grow, the first is the leadership. Okay. I will come to the next part later. Whether that company has got enough capital or not capital. Okay. I have seen many companies that got enough money or more money,
But
they are
still,
still not able to grow and sustain. It's all about leadership. Okay. The question of capital comes later. Okay. So like leader has to be passionate. Leader has to be to that extent have some aspirations, of building his own company or different future altogether. They have to be ready to work also a lot. So because when you scale up and grow, your work goes up. Are you first of all ready? So that decision comes from a leader, the promoter, the whosoever is, the founder. So if somebody says that, oh, I am very happy, why should I disturb my own life? I am earning whatever I am earning. This is good for my family and next 2-3 generations. Why should I scale and disturb my own life? You cannot say it's wrong. Okay. So whatever is the thinking or the thought process of the founder, the promoter, the leader. Okay. That is what is something important you should look at. Okay. Now, leader is ready to grow.
Yeah.
Okay. And to scale up. And still the company is not growing. Obviously, there are then many things. Okay. The first is obviously capital. Whether that leader is having the enough capital or not. Leader is ready to grow, he's got capital also, this is much better, much easier to grow. Okay? But if capital nahi hai, so how good he is in arranging the capital.
And if someone has, say, enough capital and the leader really wants to grow, then
still I will blame the leader. Okay? Still I will blame the leader. Because leader doesn't know how to use that capital and how to drive it
deployment
to the destination.
Of that capital.
How to drive it to the destination. I have said many things then in between, in the earlier part of it, So again, leader is responsible. Okay, I will tell you our story. I can tell you for sure that there are many players who are having more capital than us, but they were not doing better than us. They were not doing better than us. So capital is important. Important is the leader. Okay, who is driving it? Okay, and how is he driving it? And that's what decides the whole matter whether you are scaling up or not scaling up. So the buck stops at the leader.
So you would say that mostly stagnation, the most important reason would be to first look at the leader.
Always.
And after that comes capital, after that comes
market situation and
other
things,
situations.
Market situation also they are responsible there. But again, good leader is something that if market is not good, suppose market is down by say 25%. A good leader is somebody who will do grow at say less than 25%, say by 15% when the market is degrowing at 25%. Or the good leader is on the other side, market is going at 25%. A good leader will increase the company revenue by say 30-35%. So that is how it is. So irrespective of the market situation, the leader makes the difference. Okay, so you should always look at the leader.
If an SME wants to grow, what are the 4 to 5 key areas that they should focus on according to you?
See, wanting to grow is a start. That's a great start. It's like you are switching on.
Yeah, I want to scale.
Okay, that's important. Once that is done, okay, how prepared he or she himself is to scale it up. See, ऐसा ना मुंगेरी लाल के essence अपने, ठीक है, or we call it fool's paradise. Everybody wants to grow. Leave aside the promoter, founder. सब एम्प्लॉय को लगता है मुझे बहुत सैलरी मिलनी चाहिए. सब एम्प्लॉय को लगता है मैं VP बनना चाहिए, CEO बनना चाहिए. आपकी तैयारी है उतनी मेहनत करने की, ठीक है, आपकी तैयारी है उतना चैलेंजेस हैंडल करने की, और टू सम एक्सटेंट आपको उतना टेंशन और प्रेशर हैंडल करने की. ठीक है. सो वांटिंग टू डू इट It's a good start, but not at all everything. Okay, one has to evaluate the self first. Are you really ready? Okay, for the next change or the next game? But it is going to bring altogether different things. Your life is going to be turbulent. It is going to make you uncomfortable. अच्छा कैसा लाइफ चल रहा था, आपको इसको क्यों अननेसेसरली डिस्टर्ब करना है? ठीक है, सो बिगर द बिजनेस बिगर द प्रॉब्लम्स. ठीक है, तो पहले खुद की मेंटल तैयारी कितनी है? दिस इज वन. सेकंड, व्हाट इफ थिंग्स डोंट गो राइट? क्या आपको एक शील्ड बनाई है आपने? कुछ है आपकी तैयारी शॉक एब्सॉर्ब करने की? सो व्हाट इज योर रेडीनेस ऑन दैट फ्रंट? ये भी देखना बहुत जरूरी है ना. तो ग्रो तो सब होना चाहते हैं. ठीक है, गिवन अ चॉइस इन एनी फील्ड, वेदर इज अ प्रमोटर, योर एम्प्लॉय, कुछ इट इज, यू नो, एवरीबडी वांट्स टू बिकम अ बिग मैन, बट आर यू कैपेबल? ओके, ये खुद ने देखना बहुत जरूरी है ना. बहुत नहीं तो हम लोग 6 लेन पे गाड़ी डाल दी, बट देन यू नो, सो दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम. यू डोंट नो हाउ टू कंट्रोल एंड हाउ टू स्टीयर इट इन द राइट वे. सो सेल्फ एनालिसिस, और अदर आई विल से क्रिटिकल सेल्फ एनालिसिस इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट, जो मोस्ट ऑफ द लोग नहीं करते हैं. इंट्रोस्पेक्शन, मैं क्रिटिकल एनालिसिस ज्यादा बोल रहा हूँ इंट्रोस्पेक्शन से. ठीक है, क्रिटिकल एनालिसिस नॉर्मल, क्रिटिकल एनालिसिस हम तो खुद को अपना 30 मार के समझते हैं है ना. अनफॉर्चुनेटली इंडिया में तो आदत है, यू नो, आई एम राइट, आई एम द बेस्ट. ऐसा कहे थॉट ऑफ द डे आता है, वो बिल्ली है, मिरर दिख रहा है, वहां से शेर दिख रहा है. अरे व्हाट इज दिस थॉट ऑफ द डे? आप बिल्ली और आप खुद को शेर समझ लो, ऐसा नहीं होता है. ठीक है, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, डोंट स्प्रेड द रॉन्ग थॉट ऑफ द डे. आपको होना पड़ेगा, अदर इट्स कॉल्ड फुल्स पैराडाइज. ओके, सो द थिंग इज, अपना खुद का क्रिटिकल एनालिसिस करना पड़ेगा. जरूरी नहीं आप तैयार हो. उसके बाद में नेक्स्ट स्टेप आती है कि आपकी करने की तैयारी है. हमने देखा है अच्छे अच्छे लोग हमारे पास में जो है, हमने टॉपिक कवर किया था. मैं थोड़ा डाइवर्ट हो रहा प्रमोटर से, बट आपको समझ में आएगा मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ. हमने कुछ वीपी लेवल के लोग वगैरह, प्रेसिडेंट लेवल के लोग बाहर से लाए, वहां से सब कर लेंगे, बड़ा स्केल बढ़ाया, सब बढ़ाया, सब हमने क्वेश्चन पूछे. हाँ कर लेंगे, इतना एक्सपीरियंस, 30 ईयर्स का एक्सपीरियंस है वगैरह, सब हो गया. ठीक है, फ्रॉम ग्रेट कंपनीज एंड ऑल. और जब आए, आई एम सीरियसली नॉट जोकिंग, 6 महीने में समझ में लिटरली पसीना आए थे उनको. डर से इतना कैसा मैनेज करेंगे, कैसे कर पाएंगे ये सब, ये नहीं होगा मुझसे. तो पहले पूछा था, पहले तो बताया था, सब कुछ तो नोन था. अब क्या हो गया? आई हैव सीन मेनी एग्जांपल्स लाइक दिस, नॉट वंस. सो एवरीबडी वांट्स टू टेक दैट जंप, बट किसी ने क्रिटिकल एनालिसिस नहीं किया खुद का. बस खुद लोग, वो बिल्ली है लेकिन खुद को मिरर में शेयर करके देखना चाहते. तो ये समझना बहुत जरूरी है कि आप सच में हो सकते हो क्या. आई थिंक इंडिविजुअल शुड प्ले एज पर योर स्ट्रेंथ. ये समझना जरूरी है. यू नो, मैंने एक फोरम में बोला था, एवरीबडी इज रनिंग बाय द टर्नओवर. हमने 3 साल पहले बोला नहीं, वी आर नॉट रनिंग बाय टर्नओवर. ओके, यू शुड नो वेयर टू ड्रॉ अ लाइन, एंड फॉर योर रीजंस, एंड एवरी कंपनीज रीजन विल बी डिफरेंट, एवरी इंडिविजुअल रीजन विल बी डिफरेंट. आज जो मेरे लिए सही जरूरी है, आपके लिए वही सही हो. मेरे लिए ठीक नहीं, मैं ये नहीं कर सकता, मतलब ये नहीं कि आप नहीं कर सकते. अब होता क्या, यहाँ पे हर्ड मेंटालिटी है. आप बोलो एसएमई ओनर है, मुझे स्केल अप करना है, बिकॉज अश्विन माय फ्रेंड इज स्केलिंग अप. हाउ कैन आई नॉट स्केल अप? ठीक है, थॉट तो अच्छा है, वी कैन एक्ट एज ए इंस्पिरेशन फॉर ईच अदर. ओके, बट वेयर एम आई प्लेस्ड? हैव यू डन योर ओन स्वॉट? लीव असाइड एनीथिंग एल्स. ओके, दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. बिकॉज अश्विन कर रहे इसलिए मैं कर लूं. ठीक है, बोले आपने ये गाड़ी ले ली, मैं ये गाड़ी ले लेता हूँ. आप ये ऐसा घर में रह रहे इसलिए मैं घर में रह रहा हूँ. फेयर इनफ. यू नो, इंस्पिरेशन, मोटिवेशन, देर ऑल वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, नो डाउट अबाउट इट. यू नो, दैट ड्राइव्स अस. बट खुद का सेल्फ क्रिटिकल एनालिसिस इज मस्ट. ओके, और तुम ऐसा करो कि कोई कुछ भी बोले, लोगों को जनरली आदत है, सचिन माय गॉड यू आर ऑसम, लोगों को कुछ भी बोलने दो, या हो सकता है नो यू आर नॉट ग्रेट, वो छोड़ दो. यू शुड हैव कैपेबिलिटी टू गो अबव इट एंड सी योरसेल्फ. अब क्या होता है, जिनको बहुत सारे लोगों को काम करके लेना, तो बोले यू आर जस्ट ऑसम, यू आर ऑसम लीडर, तो ग्रेट. अब आपकी अगर दिमाग में हवा चली गई तो प्रॉब्लम है लाइफ में. यू स्टार्ट थिंकिंग आई एम द ग्रेटेस्ट सुपरमैन एवर. ओके, and then you will end up doing something wrong or taking wrong decisions, or sometimes बोलेंगे Sachin, you are doing so wrong, and this is not accepted at all, this is horrible. Or I go, okay, I'm a very bad professional, I'm not a great, that. We should be in a position to go beyond it. Okay, not get affected by what others say or try to portray and all that thing on the face value, but look at it in such a critical fashion that जो लोग बोल रहे जरूर नहीं हो सही हो, आप क्या सोचते हो आपके बारे में? हो सकता है दुनिया आपको बोले आप कैपेबल नहीं हो, पर अगर आपने ठान ली और आप हो, दुनिया आपको रोक नहीं सकती. ठीक है, इस बोथ द साइड्स आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेल यू. हमको बोला था क्या कर रहे हैं लोग, इतना स्केल अप कर रहे हैं. Okay, I knew there is a challenge for us. Let's do it. We had sleepless nights. We had to slog a lot. Okay, we had to take actions on many fronts simultaneously. Okay, but we said that we'll do it. Now, first of all, ये है क्या किसी में? वो पेशेंस है, परसिवरेंस है, कैपेबिलिटीज है, कैपेबिलिटीज नहीं है तो डेवलप करने की तैयारी है. Then scale up.
Then they should think about scaling up.
Okay, because वो ऐसा है आपने वो लेन में घुस गए हो एंड वहां से यूटर्न मारने के लिए आपको भी तकलीफ जाएगी. सो ये ना हो, एक्सीडेंट हो जाएगा. सो इट हैज टू बी वेरी थॉट थ्रू एंड समवन, बट आई थिंक काफी लोग कैपेबल होते हैं, नहीं है तो आप डेवलप कर सकते हो, उसमें इतना क्या है. इन वन ऑफ द सेशन somebody asked me, is MBA really required to be successful? Instead of me being MBA from top institute, I said no, it is not required. It is not required. I still say it is not required, provided you are ready to learn. Provided you are ready to slog. MBA is a degree that after 2 years you get it. Okay, but after that, what you do with that, that's what decide your future. So even today I say MBA is not required. So वही चीज है, आपने ठीक है, आपने नहीं किया, किसी और ने किया, बट आप आपकी तैयारी है क्या करने की. तो ये सारी चीजें डिसाइड करती है कि आपने स्केल अप करना चाहिए कि नहीं करना चाहिए. ठीक है, एंड देन टेक अ कॉल.
If you were to decide, just say one number to analyze an SME कि ये scale करेगा या नहीं करेगा.
Okay, well, okay, generic I can surely tell you what is the business they're going to do, what is the growth that you're going to bring on table, what is the profitability that you're bringing, what is the kind of you can say IRR you're going to bring on table, so what is the customer satisfaction you're bringing on table, so all that thing, that's generic, that's known to all, but it still varies from company to company, and for each company for different years it would be different.
According to the overall organizational
strategy for those particular period. We also put, again, we have been speaking on this, some companies focus on turnover, pre-booking, some companies focus on profitability. So you will see some companies in our country who are having more sales, higher sales, but they are way less profitable. So maybe their CEO's KPI is to get the growth in turnover. That's a strategy of the organization. Okay? There are other organizations who are less in sales compared to those, but high in profitability. Maybe here, okay, the profitability is a major KPI, okay, than the turnover. Okay, so there are KPIs, all these KPIs are there, but then which are in more focus,
so
and the priority.
That is a very larger scale.
Yeah.
If you were to say for an SME real estate development company, when they did professionalization in their family business, yet today in India, many family business, they fear professionalization, or they don't even explore it. They don't even know about it. Bringing in another member who is experienced, who has worked more, who has that experience to grow, scale, they never explore that option. Sir, how does a business owner know that his or her company is ready for professionalization?
So, let me add a twist to your question. Okay, you said that how do a business owner knows that his company is ready for professionalization or not? I will say also add one part. How does a business owner know that he is ready for his company to be professionalized? Okay, that comes first, and then comes the company. So it's the readiness of the business owner. is more important than the company. As such company, I don't see an issue at all at any stage. You can decide to. It's the business owner. That's what matters more. Okay, because see, the moment you're trying to get a professional on board, things are going to change dramatically. And this acceptance of this, okay, at the business owner level is of paramount importance. Or even the people who are associated with the business owner and close to the business, who are involved also in the business, is equally important. Okay, company comes much later because see, in anything, the human angle is the most difficult part. Okay, we are the toughest one to deal with. Everything else is much easier. Business can be managed, can scaled up, everything can be done. What is the most difficult is the human psychology. Okay, your thought process, your tendencies. So first of all, business owner need to know that whether business owner is ready to professionalize his own company. Okay, that's one. Whether he is ready to accept that somebody else is going to control his company. Okay, or at least not completely, at least in a lot many ways. So is that business owner ready to accept this mentally first of all, including his family members? So it's not just a business owner.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an entire family business.
It's an entire family.
Yeah.
Okay. Whosoever is associated with it, whether is there an acceptance? Okay. Or else later on, okay, they decide to go for a professionalization and they say, oh no, it's not going to be working for us. Any decision, because it backfires, it takes away the speed with which you are going ahead. It acts as it's like a reverse gear. So any decision has to be taken very thoughtfully. So that's what I said, to summarize. First of all, business owner needs to analyze himself and his family and the whole situation, whether they are ready to professionalize their company and take it ahead. Are they ready to lose some of the control? Okay, and put it in somebody else's hand. At the same time, are they in a position? See, if I am a business owner, I get you as a professional CEO. Okay, I got you as a professional CEO, but then am I in a position to really see are you doing right or wrong? That is my job now. Okay. Other than that, everything has to be done by another professional guy. Okay. So the thing is, this acceptance, understanding is more important. Company, I think at any stage it can be done. Okay. Wherever the business owner thinks that his capabilities are limited now. Okay, and he needs or he or she needs a professional who can take it ahead in a further better manner. Okay, I think that's the time for them to decide to go ahead. Okay, if they have got a mental acceptance first of all, but for the company at any stage, I think so. Some people might feel it's good to get professional when they are at 500 crore business. Some people might think that it's good to go at 5,000 crore. So there is no concrete answer to this again. Because I am a business owner, I am also capable.
Yeah.
Okay, of running a show. Now, it depends on my capability. I was capable to run the show till 5,000 crore. Now, I am scaling it up further and I need a guy who can manage 10,000 crore business. Okay, so that is what is more important. At any stage it can be done. Okay, provided you know where are your capabilities, your own SWOT, and are you and your family members ready to accept this change? And this is a major change.
So, any other things which a family business should ensure before a professional comes in? Say, for example, role clarity or others. What would you have to say?
That's what I said. A lot of thought process has to go into it before one can take such decision. The roles are going to change. Okay, so the role that business owner was playing will change suddenly. Now they need to play a different role altogether. Okay, and the professional person will play the another role, but they were doing otherwise a lot. Okay, so this understanding and clarity is required in them, no doubt about it. What happens अगर हम लोगों को आदत लगे कि हमने पूरा काम करने का, और वो प्रोफेशनल आने के बाद भी हम ही कर रहे हैं, या अब हम कर नहीं रहे तो हम बीच बीच में इंटरफेयर कर रहे हैं, there are problems. Okay, so the thing is that it's not really easy a decision. I will say one of the toughest decision for any business owner. Okay, जब उनको लगता है कि मेरी कंपनी प्रोफेशनल करनी है, प्रोफेशनल रन करेंगे, very very tough decision. Let me tell you, you must salute those business owners who really make it, at a professional company, because they need to lose control. They are not a part of the day-to-day decision making. They are aware about things. Okay, the basically driver citizen somebody with somebody else, which they used to be there.
Yeah.
Okay, so all these things, they are more mentally taxing, affecting than anything else. And handling this part is more crucial for any business owner. And once that is done, I think, once that is done, when the whole system is built around that, okay, because you also need to know that your professional setup is functioning in the right manner or not. This analysis is also equally required, and this understanding or this has to be done by the business owner. So this role clarity is very very important before any business owner can get into the professionalization.
Okay. What is the first professional role which a family business should hire for? If I am a family business which is growing, what is the first professional role that they should hire for? Should it be directly a CEO level position, or should it be first, like, should you go down to up the hierarchy, say a general manager, then you go for a VP and then a CEO, or go from top to bottom?
See, when my understanding, I don't know, I could be wrong. People say that the company is professionally run or professionally managed only when the top leader is a professional. Not when the general manager is a professional or your VP
That's
is professional. True. Okay, they anyways have those people with them, because anyway, even if a business owner is running the show, okay, you have got professionals at a junior level. Okay, and it's not called a professionally run company. It is still called
a family business.
Family business. Okay, you have got sales heads, you have got other engineering heads and whatnot. You have got people, and they are professionals. Okay, but it's not called a professionally run company till the time a professional leader comes on board. Okay, so to that extent, I am completely twisted your whole question. Is that it's called, any company is called professional run company only when their top leader is a professional.
So within that top leadership, which position should they hire for first? Apart from, say, CEO, or is it CMO, or any other specific?
Okay. Tough question though. Again, I don't know right or wrong answer though. For any business to scale up, first comes sales marketing. अगर बिजनेस बढ़ा तो सब कुछ है, आपको फाइनेंस से मिल जाएंगे. सी फाइनेंस ऐसे ही नहीं आता है, बिजनेस हो रहा है तो फाइनेंस आता है. ठीक है, if somebody in finance say they are doing great work, sorry, it's because of business. Okay, so first is they should go for first professional sales marketing people. That's more important. Business is a different lane, and then comes the finance. Okay, and then because then only the finance person will be able to do something.
Yeah,
will be able to show his caliber. There is nothing, and you ask finance person to do something, then you could be doing it by doing something wrong. That's dangerous. Okay, so it's better to have a sales marketing professionals first, then comes the finance. But again, to lead it in a professional manner, you need a CEO first. Okay, otherwise, a business owner is directing a professional sales marketing, and a professional CEO directing a sales marketing, professional sales marketing, or finance person. Completely different.
And it also depends on the capabilities and the strengths of the leader, right? So if someone is not that good at finance, or if someone is not that good at sales,
that's also,
then they would get a CFO first.
Exactly. Okay, so one business owner is really good in sales marketing. Okay, really good. It's completely possible. Okay, and but not so good in finance. So that person will first get the finance professional on board. Okay, so anyway they are doing good in sales marketing. They get a finance professional on board, and then they take their company ahead. Okay, that's also possible. So depending on your individual strength.
So according to you, what are the advantages and disadvantages of professionalization? Do you think it comes with disadvantages also? Because sometimes it is deemed risky for a family business.
I agree. See, in a nutshell, as an overall thing, it's really good. Okay, it's really good. Okay, to professionalize your company. So then obviously the business owner can focus on so many other things. They can multiply businesses. Okay, so when you've got suppose company and it's growing and run by professional, you're earning a lot of money. You can invest in other businesses, you can grow other businesses and all that. And as a business owner promoter, you can look at different businesses. Otherwise, if you're as a business you're the only one who's running the business, you'll be able to run only certain businesses and not able to scale up to that level as well.
True.
So if you ask me, to generally to have a professional run company is a better option anytime. Okay, so business owner can scale up better, can multiply his businesses, and run an empire. Okay, so if somebody wants to build an empire, okay, so I think the business owner should go for the professionalization. Okay, so he has got competent professional team members running different companies, and their job is only role clarity point of view. They run the empire on overall basis. So, like, suppose you are running a business, you're a business owner running your own company. What happens? You take the review meeting of sales marketing, you take the review meeting of your engineering, take the review meeting of procurement and all that, right? Maybe when you become a business owner, you take the review of your one company. Then you take the review of the another company. Okay, so they can build up an empire. So if you want to become further bigger and run an empire, it's good to have professionally run companies within his whole setup of various companies.
Any risks or disadvantages?
Various risks, no doubt about it. At least in real estate, we have seen that. The risk is basically when you're putting the controls in somebody else's hand. How good or bad that professional hand is. Okay. If that professional is perfectly right on values and principles, you are in safe hand. Otherwise, there is a whole lot of risks. If I would have been a business owner, I would have been really worried. And that is where the fear comes. That's what you said.
Yeah.
Okay. In the earlier question, that is where the fear comes in business owners. Because अगर हर जगह वर्क कर गया होता था ना, तो एवरीबॉडी वर्क आउट ब्लाइंडली बिहाइंड इट.
या
ठीक है, हर जगह वर्क नहीं हुआ है. ठीक है, समटाइम बिजनेस ओनर के प्रॉब्लम रहे, रूल का इशू, समटाइम्स प्रोफेशनल के प्रॉब्लम रहे, बट देयर हैव बीन इश्यूज. दोनों जब साथ में मिलके अच्छा होता है, देन ओनली it can become a great company, great professionally run company where business owner interest and the professional interest are taken care of. Otherwise, accidents होते हैं. I have seen. Now, business owner has to understand that the control has to be in somebody else's hand and not him or her. This is a big thing. Let me tell you, saying is so easy. Actually doing it is beyond the point difficult.
A business is like a baby to a owner.
It's their money.
Yeah.
It's their baby. It's their everything.
Everything.
ठीक है, जो उन्होंने इतने पैर से इतना बड़ा किया है. So you can't understand to that point. Everything is attached to it. So इसके control सामने वाले इसमें देना, with the right overlooking of it, is one tough part. And the professional side, I will tell you the kind of responsibilities put on your shoulder, how seriously you take it, okay, and how you function or take decisions more towards rather in the interest of the company than your own personal interest. That decides whether this initiative or the action or decision is going to be successful or not. Okay, some cases business owners have not been able to pass on the responsibilities or that freedom to the professionals, or try to keep controls in our hand, where professionals feel handicapped when their full skills are not utilized, so they will not function well. Gone wrong. Here surely a mistake of business owner. Other side, we have seen professionals working more towards their interest, inclined towards their own personal interest than towards the company.
That can be
completely detrimental to the company's interest and the whole decision of making it professionalized. And unfortunately, this has happened. Okay, so yeah, onus is in both the hands, not one. Neither business owner should go wrong, neither a professional should go wrong. And it is not that this is one time; this is a continuous process. Business owner can make a mistake after 2 years of making it professional. Professional can make a mistake again later on. So it is a continuous process. Both need to keep analyzing themselves critically again. Have self-control. Don't derail yourself anywhere. It's a tightrope walk. Okay, of the responsibility put on the professional shoulders and the initiative and decision taken by the business owner. Okay, अब सब हो गया, अभी मैं करता हूँ ना. अगर बिजनेस ओनर ने बोल दिया तो प्रॉब्लम है. जो कुछ प्रोफेशनल ने करना था वो कर दिया, अभी मैं कर लेता हूँ. देन देयर इज अ वरी. अगर वो जो कर सकता है वो आप कर पाए होते तो आपको करना ही नहीं पड़ता था.
हाँ.
ठीक है. अब प्रोफेशनल बोलता है बिजनेस ओनर इतना कर रहा है तो मैं क्यों ना. सो यू नो, so these things has to go hand in hand with equal responsibility towards the company. Both business owners and the professional agenda has to only to safeguard the company and not individually. I think individual interests should come much later. Company should
That
come.
is just an added benefit.
Exactly. When company does well, everybody is going to be benefited.
True.
Okay. And if company is not doing good, then nobody, neither business owner and nor anybody. That's how it is.
So a very good thing about professionalization is that her employee, they can dream of someday being CEO because it's not going to be necessary.
Absolutely.
So say for real estate or even professionals, let's talk a bit about them as well. It is not always necessary that if an employee is best in their role, that they will be chosen for promotion or they will be chosen as a leader. Those leadership skills, those management skills, they are very difficult. So you also mentioned, I think so much of the podcast you spoke about people, managing people, how with people you grew and scaled your business. So how do you ensure that those skills are, what are those specific skills which those professionals, they sometimes ignore in their 20s, but later realize that these are so important for senior leadership positions?
I will tell you, I will rephrase your whole question here. Okay, or the crux of your question. The first of all, professionals are not prepared. Employees think it's their birthright to get the promotion, but they don't think that they need to do something different and better. Okay, I think that is what is missing. Okay, and we mentor people. We try to mentor. And मेरा famous dialogue है, समझाना मेरा काम है, समझना कि नहीं समझना है वो आपके हाथ में. लेकिन समझाता हर एक को. ठीक है, बिकॉज 10 में से अगर 2 आदमी सुधर गए, आई एम इन गेन. ठीक है, बट लेट मी टेल यू, सिर्फ 2 ही सुधरते, 8 नहीं सुधरते. अनफॉर्चुनेटली द रेशियो इज बैड फॉर अस. ओके, सो दैट इज द फैक्ट ऑफ लाइफ. People don't accept that they are not capable enough. People don't accept that they are not good enough for the next role. मुझे चाहिए, सबको लगता है बर्गर है, ऐसा नहीं होता है. ठीक है, what goes behind being successful and being there, you need to do so many things, many sacrifices. नहीं होता है किसी से.
What are some of the biggest skills which you need to manage or handle teams or leadership?
Oh, very different. So you could be a great solo performer. ठीक है, and need not be, or rather there are so many instances, not a great team player and a leader. Not at all, I'll tell you. तो नहीं होता है, नहीं समझता है. बिकॉज आप जब खुद कर रहे थे तो आप कुछ भी कर सकते हो. अब आप रिंग के बाहर हो और उनको बोलना आप करो, हम करा के ले लो. कुछ लगता है मैं करता बेटर होता था. सो काफ़ी प्रेशर हैंडल करना पड़ता है, अनसर्टेन हैंडल करनी पड़ती है लीडरशिप पोजीशंस पर. ओके, अनसर्टेन सिचुएशन में काम कर रिजल्ट डिलीवर करने होते हैं. यू हैव नो प्रोविजन टू गिव एक्सक्यूजेस or blame others, but people keep doing it. That's the reason. Blame game करना, excuses देना, reason देना and all that. Logically you are not supposed to do it. Okay? मैंने follow up किया था ना, क्या किया था, आपने WhatsApp पे मैसेज डाला था. This is how it is. तो जैसे मैंने बोला कि promoter को सोचना पड़ेगा, are they ready to slog and increase? They want to scale up. Pressure is going to go up. Even employee को सोचना पड़ेगा. Are they ready to slog? Are they ready to take that extra pressure? ठीक है, अदरवाइज नहीं होगा. सो द थिंग इज दैट टीम लीडरशिप करने के लिए फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कम्युनिकेशन कैसा है, हाउ वी बिहेव, इंटरपर्सनल स्किल्स, दिस आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ओके, हाउ इज योर ओन एटीट्यूड. आई थिंक, आई डोंट नो, माय टैगलाइन हैज ऑलवेज बीन एटीट्यूड इज द वेरी स्मॉल थिंग दैट मेक्स द बिगेस्ट डिफरेंस. सो व्हेन आई एम हायरिंग, आई ट्राई टू लुक फॉर द एटीट्यूड फर्स्ट. आता है नहीं आता आना ही चाहिए, बट अगर गलती से नहीं आ रहा ना, अगर एटीट्यूड तो सिखा सकते हैं आप किसी को, एटीट्यूड नहीं तो क्या सिखा पाओ.
लर्निंग वो वैसा
So
रहना
right
चाहिए.
attitude towards learning, being flexible and adaptable is very important. Because बहुत बार लोगों को लगता है, किसी लोगों को उसका बॉस क्या कर रहा है, खाली भी ज्यादा पगार ले रहा है, हमको सिर्फ नंबर पूछता है, या ये नहीं हुआ वो नहीं हुआ. वहां पे आने के बाद भी समझता है द वर्ल्ड इज वेरी डिफरेंट हियर.
People not saying कि I want to go into real estate. इतने लोगों का सेकंड ऑप्शन क्यों रहता है?
Why only at a senior position? जूनियर लेवल पर कहाँ आना चाहते हो? आपने कभी देखा है, अगर आप सिविल इंजीनियर नहीं हो, सिविल इंजीनियर है तो आप ऑप्शन नहीं, आप तो आओगे ही आओगे, ठीक है. इफ यू नॉट सिविल इंजीनियर, okay, you got a sales job, marketing job, you got a procurement job, okay, all these jobs, and किसी ने आज तक मैंने बोलते हुए देखा नहीं कि I want to be in real estate. मुझे पूछो ना, 2009 में बोला था मुझे किसी ने, तो I remember मेरे सैलरी की, I think फर्स्ट कॉल में 4.5 times सैलरी देने का बोला था फर्स्ट कॉल में, and then later on 7.5 times I said no. Okay, the reason is whether it's junior position, senior position, nobody is ready to work. Okay, obviously what we spoke about, professionalization, the work culture, and the way things are managed in the business, that's what decide. So no MBA guys will say, oh, my ambition is to work in the real estate. They will say, oh, I want to get into FMCG or consumer durables,
But why do you
or
think
IT,
that's the case?
Okay, so they are very organized. Okay, so other industries are very, very organized. They take care of people's career a lot better. Okay, and they treat people better, and there is talent. Now what happens, another thing, if 5 talented people sitting, okay, and they're working together, so everybody is going to get benefited. You got a rubbing effect. Okay, now suppose you work in a setup where they are lacking their intelligence or talent, and you work with those people, what happens to you? Your own development comes down. Okay, so talent goes where the talent is, not where the talent is already not there. Okay, that's the reason me or anybody else will say no to real estate, for the simple reason. Okay, so that's what it is. Because junior position, senior position. Unless you are a civil engineer and you have no option, then real estate is not at all the first option. Not at all. And it will not change till the time whole industry changes. There are so many works still remain government oriented, bureaucrat oriented. Okay, those are the things I don't think, and the kind of things need to be done. I don't think any professional is really comfortable with. Okay, so those remain there. Government has to play a role in this. Okay, we talked about professionalization. Business owner has a major role to play there. Okay, so now if a business owner has a thought process to use the professional for certain time or duration and then see what is to be done, professional will not feel comfortable. Okay, and that's not the environment which is conducive for professional growth. Okay, so practically business owner is taking chance or risk with his own organization. Okay, but lot of responsibility of this other 99% lies in the hands of business owner. Okay, which has been so tough and difficult for all of us to see for so many years and decades in India. So not so easy. Okay, so a lot many initiatives has to be taken and consistently. Difficult though. So even today I don't see. So what happens because of that? The industry is suffering. The remuneration cost is way high. People quality is not good. Still the remuneration cost is very high. Now there are thousands of developers. Now even if this not so good a person, capable person, tries to take this company for granted, has got guts, okay, to take the company for granted, and if company doesn't budge or thing, they will shift to other company. Till the time another company comes to know, okay, oh, this is really not person good enough for that kind of salary. Okay, that 2 or 3 years are gone anyways, and that person again goes to the other. So this is how even the employees are fooling around with the companies, and they are not the ones fit to do the job. Okay, so one of the major. So you as a business owner or a professional CEO, you can have fantastic vision. However, the people who are going to get into reality are those ones. Okay, and that is where the whole problem is. Okay, so till the time we are able to attract the talent, give industry status, okay, things will not change so easily. Lot needs to be done. Real estate is surely not a first choice. And then what happens? I have seen some greedy people come in. some greedy people come in because salary तो ज़्यादा मिल रही है, आपने किया कुछ नहीं है लाइफ में कभी genuinely और seriously study नहीं किया.
Even if you're not present there, which is why many NRIs have also started to purchase homes. So many a times what happens is that NRIs, they still get misguided by certain developers, or many problems happen. Do you have any advice for those NRIs, or some things which they should look out for before buying a home?
See, most of the time, such sale happens through channel partners. Some can happen through the company direct campaigns and through relative references and all. That's good. Because see, they are in different country. They are not here. They want to invest money, and when they are not here, there is a lot of sense of insecurity of the hard-earned money. Okay, so they obviously want the security for their money. Okay, and second part is they will get the position and they will get a good product. Now, most of the time, channel partners play a role in this, and they will sell where they are comfortable, and or maybe they will get a commission on that. But I feel that whether it's NRI or whether it's a customer here, okay, they should do their own due diligence. For NRI, it will be a bit difficult, but not impossible. NRI, for that, he or she will have friends, relatives, colleagues out here. Okay, some references. People here, obviously, should take efforts and do the due diligence. Now, what do I mean by due diligence? Please understand, you are buying a home or a commercial property. You are not buying a biryani. Okay, so it should be never bought considering what is there online. Okay, because आप जब बिरयानी खरीदते हो, अच्छा लगा, आप इमीडिएटली वहां पर आप स्टार दे देते हो एंड ऑल दैट थिंग, या अच्छा लगा नहीं लगा, और irrespective of that. But when you are buying a home or a commercial property, that doesn't happen. So suppose you have 100 customers, 95 you will not happy, will not even rate you, give you any star or something like that. But maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 customers who are not happy, and unfortunately they got a bad experience. You'll surely go on that and then mention it. That is where bichara, those guys, become bichara actually, because they relied on that. I know they don't have any other source though. And then channel partners are very quick and masters in using this in their favor. I think one should go beyond that. बेसिक समझना जरूरी है कि इन रियल एस्टेट ये रेटिंग और ये होता नहीं है, ठीक है. Only those people come on the Google or anything else to rate only when they are unhappy. Whether it's developers' fault or their fault is irrespective of that, not getting into it. So first of all, that should not be the case. Okay. Second part, they should or they must send their relatives, their friends, or somebody, or anybody from their own family, if it is there, to check it actually on ground. That's very important. Without checking it, I don't suggest for them to buy. Unless you know them, that a particular developer very, very well. It's a repeat buy of yours, second or third or something like that. You have got complete faith in them. They have been good. Nothing like it. Great. But other than that, no, please, send somebody on this thing. Third. Now, many times developer could launch a product at a price which is not at all suitable for that particular micro market. And somebody sitting outside Pune or outside that particular city where that project is buying it without knowing that locality and its future potential and what are the prevailing rates and whatever. Now, just looking at the name, most of the time buyers, keep, making the mistakes. कस्टमर वहाँ बैठ के बोलेगा, हाँ नाम तो अच्छा है, बड़ा नाम है, कर लेते हैं. But by the time they realize that okay, they are in a blunder, it's too late. Neither they have bought the right product, neither they have bought at the right price. They bought rather at a very high price, which was not the case. So whenever they are here to resell or rent, they don't get the required returns. What happened here? Industry gets a bad name. The sector gets the bad name. Investment into the industry comes down, or they hesitate or get scared. So there is a loss of everybody in this. So I suggest location, everything should be checked properly with the people who actually know that area. Prices should be checked actually. Then only those should be accepted. Otherwise, it's like this, where the rate is 10,000 and you're buying at 12,000. So by the time you are up for sale, the rate is still 12,000. And they say you are not getting result. So real estate is bad for investment. No, it's never bad. It's the best. It's just that your due diligence was not there. Industry is not bad. Industry is the best one. Sector is the best one for investment. So yeah, NRIs needs to get into details a lot, not just depend on somebody else's opinion. On ground reality checking is must. Okay, and that is applicable for NRIs, for everybody who is outside the city. I'm expecting that the people who are in that city will do their due diligence and then only buy. Otherwise, they should not buy.
So just as important as these NRIs is that to buy homes from, say, far away. Another way that they get connected to the companies is through social media these days. So many people look at social media, and that's how they say that आज paper किसने पढ़ा, लेकिन आज social media किसने देखा.
Yes.
Everyone looks at
completely live.
Exactly. It's that much a part of people's lives. What is your perspective on social media, and how has it transformed our industry?
It has transformed to lot extent. I can tell you, from 0% expenditure on the social media to at least 30% or 40% expenditure. 30% 40% of the total marketing spend going on the social media. That's a huge change. Okay, in some cases more than that. Okay, so yes, to that extent, social media has taken a major chunk of the money that any organization is spending on when it comes to marketing. So obviously, print and other things have come down drastically. Radios, print, the traditional media has come down drastically, but the digital, the social media, they've gone up like anything. So there has been reallocation of marketing spends within every organization. Okay, that has surely happened, and that has helped every organization. In fact, it helps to reach the right target segment for any marketeer. Technology, it is. The moment you say look-alike, and then you get those segments targeted directly.
Yeah.
So it's awesome to that extent. Obviously, and you are looking for a 3 BHK in Sekarari. Okay, great. You get so many options. So it's good for the buyers as well, and it gives so many options to you. Okay. Having said that, it's a double-edged sword. On one side, it is surely helping developers to generate more leads and generate business. It is helping buyers to get more and see more options. Okay. At the same time, unfortunately, it is to some extent misguiding the customers as well. Okay, particularly if it is of channel partners or somebody else. Okay, and so in that case, obviously, there is a danger zone for any customer. Okay, and where customer needs to be very, very careful. So social media is a double-edged sword. If used rightly, rather every company needs to be more proficient now in handling the social media, content-wise, the responses-wise. And in some cases, we've seen customers using it for all the wrong reasons. Okay, then it becomes a real task for the organization.
To spread misinformation.
They spread misinformation. They try to defame the companies. They try to blow up the matters. Some online social media channels will try to take undue advantage of this in their interest. Okay, so there are many such things also. But any media has, or any platform has got pluses and minuses, obviously, So like print media is like too late in today's world. Social media is too fast. Not too fast can be too wrong as well. And then the wrong information spread fast can be dangerous for the organization for so many years and the society. So pluses, minuses. So one has to be very nimble-footed and fast in handling the social media content. That's a new challenge, new team required to really, really go behind it and manage it. Till the time people stop using it for all the wrong reasons. Okay, all the benefits of this media will not be utilized. So people need to really, really stop using it for the wrong reasons. That applies to everything though. Okay, so people need to be more mature there. They need to use it only when needs to use it for all the right reasons. If it is used for the bad reasons, obviously it's really, really bad. and it's a challenge for any organization. Okay, and any organization needs to be prepared to handle the social media very promptly in the interest of the company, in the interest of the customers and the society and the stakeholders.
Speaking of marketing and branding, you have chosen to expand into a luxury segment by launching VTP Lux. So, firstly, sir, why did you choose to expand or create a sub brand for it instead of launching it in your same name, VTP?
Okay, I told you that after Corona, we started making the bigger homes. So we thought that bigger homes will be more in demand than the smaller homes. The way economical development was happening, the way higher salary jobs were getting created, we thought that, and the way the people are now more traveled across the world, and the way they are more informed and they know what is best in the world, okay, and they know that how the good quality lifestyle is important, okay. We really thought that people will be more inclined towards luxury lifestyle home than a regular home. And that's where we thought that before it's late or before it becomes too prominent, we should enter. Because creating any brand and a strong position in any segment takes time. So as usual, we are a bit ahead compared to others, and everybody else copied later on, though many of them. Okay, but we again realize why we launch is we realize that the future lies in luxury lifestyle. Future lies in the conveniences. The future lies in you can say that the sign that I'm arrived. Every customer wants to give to the world. Okay, that's going to be more prevalent and required. Every you can say the breadwinner, or nowadays both husband and wife, they want the best for their kids. They want the best for their parents today because they are working hard, they are slogging, and they are earning a lot also. So for what? For providing all the good things to their family, be it kids or be it their parents. And that is where we thought the luxury lifestyle homes are going to be more in demand, and that's where we launched the VTP Lux. Now coming to why we not done it in the same name, any marketing rule says that, okay, when you are going up in the positioning, in the segment, you cannot do in the same segment where you were there earlier. That are surely not the top end segment.
Makes
so
sense.
Because the values are different for different segments, they need to be handled in a different segment. So even your employees needs to be mentally prepared in a different fashion to handle different segments. Okay, so all those values, all those things which matter in different segments to be taken care of well, and to do justice to that particular segment, we had to keep it separate.
So what are the differences between the customers buying in both the segments? Which
completely different. Okay, the behavior changes completely. So generally, Lux, the luxury, it may not be the first home. Okay, it may not be the first home, unless you are backed by your family and all that. Okay, it may not be your first home. The first home buying requirement is very different. When you are upgrading, okay, or shifting to a bigger home and a more luxurious home, some real estate already. Okay, you have got more money with you. You are more choosy. You know too many things. Your questions are very sharp. Your knowledge is sharp. Okay, there. So there is complete difference. Okay, they have seen more of the world. They have traveled across. So behavior is completely different. They are demanding a lot. When you are looking care of the budget segment, they are more focusing on budget. Okay, when you are into that Lux segment, budget may not be the issue. But what are you doing? What kind of experience you are giving them? Okay, what is your vision behind this? I can tell you, so one customer was buying a villa with us around 9 CR from USA. He was the owner of the company in USA and he never visited, by the way. And he just said to my sales head that I just want to have 2-3 minutes quick chat with your CEO. Okay, I generally don't, but okay, there's somebody sitting in USA buying to 99 crores and thinking owner of the company. Great. He sent me a LinkedIn request and I accepted, and then myself connected with. We had a 3-minute chat. What was his question? He never asked me, कि इसमें क्या प्राइस का है, क्या प्राइस में हो सकता है, या क्या लगा रहे हो, क्या कर रहे हो, क्या प्रोवाइड कर रहे हो. Nothing. He asked me, what is your vision behind this project? What do you want to do with this project? Okay, the question is very different. Okay, not to be handled by any salesperson. Okay, so that is how it is. The game changes completely. Okay, initially when we started the Lux earlier projects, my literally sales team cried because somebody, the director of the company, and asking those many questions, even most of the seniors were not even aware how to handle it. Okay, so they know how to get into details. They know how to corner you. Okay, they are many times they are more knowledgeable than you. Okay, so handling them is a different game altogether. Okay, so all that comes into picture. So it's a different thing altogether. Okay, and that's why it needed different treatment. Okay, and to give it different treatment, we need different teams to handle it. Okay, and all that. So it's not that you just put a name. Okay, VTP Lux and done. No. That's one part of the whole. Many other things has to be done along with it to establish. And we know this is not a immediate process. It takes years and years, to establish anybody, any segment. So that's what we did, looking at the future, and that's what is happening now. Okay.
So, what would you say? Which is easier to sell, a luxury home or a rather affordable one?
Hindsight, it seems that affordable homes bit easier. Okay, looks easier because here is a tough customer to handle. Here, customer is more focused on the budget. Okay, so from that point of view, handling a more knowledgeable customer and more experience and having more money is a bit difficult. They are uncompromising.
So, apart from all of this, sir, as we close, wanted to ask, what's next for VTP Realty? What's the future like?
I think we are making our position stronger and stronger every year. That's what we will do. We have been setting good benchmarks on the sales side. 3 years back, we said we take a bit other route now. So focusing more on deliveries and the profitability. We delivered around 1.10 crore square feet in 3 years, and this year we are looking for around 40 lakhs or 50 lakhs square feet alone in a year. Okay, that's one of the biggest in the country. Okay, and next year this will go to maybe around 70 lakhs square feet. That's mad number, huge number. Instead of we being only in one city, we haven't seen, as per at least some data available, not more than 5 players are there in the country who done more than 60-70 lakhs square feet in a year.
Oh,
okay, that's what we aim to be just by being in the Pune city alone. Okay, so the things that we are doing is trying to be one of the best developer in the country. Pune is not our just benchmark; it's the country. Okay, so we already implemented Salesforce. We have got a SAP Rise with HANA. Both are integrated live. People say who implemented it. Okay, the best of the best IT company. That is one of the best implementation in the industry. So we use technology. We have got. I said I don't look at one number or 5 number. I got so many numbers to look at. With the finger, with the tip of the finger, and everything is there. So technology, system, controls, focus on the delivery, the right design and the quality. Okay, so a lot of focus, delivering on time. So focusing on the quality has been there. Okay, but focusing on, on giving the position on the time with the best quality in the market. Whatever lapses happened, whatever reason, how it should not happen. Okay. You have got SOPs, but how you have got better control on those SOPs, how you have got better control on those people who are working at the ground. Okay, those are the nitty-gritties that now we are focusing a lot. So basically, we are fine-tuning ourselves now. We have grown. Okay, we'll keep doing much larger business ahead also. But then important is we will make our fundamentals stronger. We'll become a much better company. We are already one of the best company. We'll become a much better company in the future. That is for sure. And as usual said, we don't attack one factor. We attack everything at one go. And that's what we will do. So yeah, we should be a dominant, significant leader in the market. That's what we are here for.
After scaling so much, any plans on going public anytime soon?
We should go. There are a lot of thoughts, discussions, should go, not go. Again, both have got pluses and minuses. Okay, when you go public, you have got access to cheaper funds, which is great for any organization. You get a better value. Okay, again, that's another great benefit. Some minuses though. Okay, we have to take care of compliances, but we anyways run the company like that. But you are all the most strict in a particular time. You need to file certain things to the organization, all that thing.
True.
Okay, that is there. The only hitch is like where my competition keeps doing it now. We'll have to do if you go public is every quarter on quarter you need to do no particular sales number. You need to drive it. Thoda sa you need to be like more. We have focused more on individual sales till now. Maybe we'll have to focus on investor sales later
So you
on.
would want to fine tune yourself first, and then
We want to fine tune ourselves first, be the best, okay, and then be there. Okay, so that don't look back. Okay,
makes a lot of sense.
yes.
If someone was to take just one lesson from our podcast and your journey, what would that lesson be?
Be focused and don't go off track.
Don't look at others.
Don't look at others. Don't look. Work on your own strengths. And everybody is not having the same strength. And don't feel bad about it. That's it.
Thank you so much, sir. We'll move on to our final segment, which is quick fun. So I'll ask you questions. You have to answer as fast as you can.
Okay.
Okay. So
It's like a.
rapid fire.
Oh, great. Okay.
So which function creates the biggest impact in real estate today? Which department, according to you?
I will be favoring anybody if I say one though. Okay. And if you force me to say so, it's sales marketing.
Sales. At scale, what becomes more difficult, decision making or execution?
Both.
If you had to choose one.
Decision making.
Is scaling a business more about doing new things, completely new things, or doing the same things just a little better?
Can you repeat?
Is scaling a business more about doing new things, completely new things, innovative, or just doing the same things which you're doing but just a little better?
Okay, my question will be divided. Depends on the stage of the scale up business you are. In the initial scaling up part of it, doing newer things helps you to break the clutter and get noticed. In the latter part of scaling up,
you just have to do what you're doing
in a
and
better
just do
fashion.
that better. Makes sense. As companies grow bigger, does risk increase or reduce?
Risk surely increases.
There's more to lose.
It's both ways because your question is about risk, so risk increases. You would have asked me, the profit will go up, the business will go up, and other benefits. I would say yes. So risk goes up, and so other benefits also go up.
What's more difficult, scaling from 100 to 500 CR or 500 to 2000 CR?
100 to 500. Because it's like a vehicle. Okay, you want to start it, and the first gear you are, it's tough to this thing. But the moment you're in third and fourth gear, it's very easy
running
to ramp up because you know now.
Speed of decisions or quality of decisions? What would you value more?
Most of the time, quality of decision. Very rarely, speed of the decision.
After Pune, which city attracts you most for development?
Mumbai.
One trait that separates managers from future CEOs.
Please repeat.
One trait which separates managers from future CEOs.
Adaptability.
Adaptability. No. One piece of advice you wish you had received earlier in your career.
No, nothing is so predictable. And I'm one of those not go on so much of advice. I have got my own ways of thinking and taking decisions. I don't think so.
Anything you would want to say to a young Sachin Bhandari?
Go behind it. Don't look for the shortcuts. Avoid shortcuts and develop yourself. Work on yourself and then go for it. Okay, but no shortcuts.
Well, that's great. That concludes our quick fun as well. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. I'm sure all of us learned so much from you, and it was an amazing podcast. And I personally learned a lot from you as well.
Thank you so much, Ashwin. I will tell you, I generally don't do this. Rather, first time I'm doing this. Okay, and I know I given time after much longer follow up, but finally the way you framed the questions and asked me, it's perhaps the best, and perhaps that's the reason I'm here. And the way you conducted it, and I hope it is going to be useful for many people, be it the business owners, be it the employees, or whosoever it is, it should be useful. And if some people are getting benefited because of this, I think the whole time spent and this whole exercise is fruitful.
Successful.
That's what I'm looking for.
Same way, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.